My name is Rafa Sparza. Many of you know me as a friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, but that's not all I do in our sport. I'm a jiu-jitsu commentator, broadcaster, photographer, meme maker, analyst, writer, coach, tournament producer, and occasional athlete therapist. I know, it's weird. I've worn many hats in jiu-jitsu, but the one that I cherish the most is serving as a host. We have done some incredible things over the past 4 years on this show, but starting this Tuesday, we will roll out a brand new experience for fans of the Grappling Hour. Going forward, we will be offering 2 membership-based offerings. Tier number 1 will give our fans early access to my interviews. Tier 1 members will have the ability to see my interviews a month before they're released to the general public. And as a topical show that has a track record of being the first destination for some of the biggest names in our sport, you won't want to miss out on those. Members of this tier will also have access to audio versions of this show in the event that they don't want to see my face, which I totally get. Each month, subscribers will get to see 4-hour-long interviews. Tier 2 members will not only have early access to my interviews, but they will also get to see brand new content that will not be available anywhere else. New premium content includes bi-weekly podcast minisodes. These episodes are designed for the grappling superfans who want in-depth discussions with our guests on topics ranging from greatest losses to opponents that competitors respected the most. Topics will be explored for limited runs, anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks, and will give the featured guests on each episode an opportunity to share the type of unique insight that either gets lost or overlooked in most other interviews. Drill Sessions, a monthly segment where friends and guests of the show will share short videos of the techniques and sequences they're currently drilling in their gyms. Swept Under the Mat, never before seen behind-the-scenes footage from the Grappling Hour archives, and short videos and vlogs from the coverage that I do at various MMA and grappling live events. Members will also be treated to show bloopers and occasional clips of my own training sessions. There's also going to be a live chat dedicated to members of this tier that will answer questions ranging from just about anything you guys want to throw at me. And finally, members of this tier will also have the ability to pitch mini-sode episodes and occasionally submit questions for upcoming guests. To become a member, head on over to hi.page/Grappling Hour. You can also find the link for that page in the description below. Now listen, I know there are a lot of you who may not be able to afford these subscription tiers. That's why it's important to me to still offer some content for those people who want to support the show, but may not have the means to do so financially. So for you, we're still going to offer a condensed weekly version of the show. That show will give you the first 10 minutes of my interviews, and a month after that episode is released to our early access and premium subscribers, they will be unlocked on our YouTube page. In return, all that I ask is that you subscribe to us here on our YouTube page and that you continue to like and share the content that you enjoy on our page. I know money is tight for everybody right now, The last thing you want to do is thinking about having to invest in another subscription-based service. But I hope that you see the value in the types of interviews that I do. I hope you see the consistency of my coverage over the past 10 years, and I hope you see the overall vision that I have for this show. I have never been short on ambition. And for the next phase of this show, I'm taking a pretty big swing. So with that, I'm going to need some support. I hope that you'll come with us and help us become an even bigger and better show. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for even watching all the way to right now, even if you do nothing. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza, coming to you live with another great installment of the Grappling Hour. Give me a second here. I think my camera just didn't tune on in time for this, so my apologies if you are not getting the feed of me. There I am. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh my goodness. Flo was having issues. I was having issues. Everybody's having issues, but we are here and we are going to get through this thing here today. I hope that you guys are enjoying yourself. We are here on a wonderful, wonderful Friday evening, and Ashley and Marilyn are currently on the stage right now, putting a good sense of work in. And Ashley so far looks like she's winning. However, it's been a little bit of a back and forth, in my opinion. I think it's been a very fun match to watch. A little bit earlier, Dory, friend of the show, versus Kyle Chambers, friend of the show. Very close match there. We'll have more to say about that as we go. But yes, we will be giving you the play-by-play and alternative stream, if you would, just in case you guys wanted to watch along with us, or maybe you're just unable to watch here for whatever reason. And I forgot one key note, which is we're actually going to go live to our good friends over on Instagram as well, because we have the ability to do that now. And that makes me so happy to be able to go on Instagram and see our friends who want to chat along with us all night. What's up, Reason, Club Jiu-Jitsu? What's up, Gabe? What's up, everybody? It is a pleasure to see you guys. And yes, this is only the second prelim. And what's up, Samson? Just to give you guys the idea of what's been going on as well. Earlier tonight, Flo had to take like a 20-minute break. So even if we did start on time, we would have been doing nothing but just vamping. Vamping is a key term in the biz for stall. So we would have been doing that. However, right now, ooh, nice setup on a Darce here, but she's actually switching it off, looking to kind of switch the hands. And actually, she sits back thinking there may be a footlock here. So this is going to be very interesting to see how Ashley is able to go ahead and finish from here. She does get the reap. She is on a heel hook, and maybe just a smidge off. So there is that. What's up, Hane? Good to see you guys. So yes, we're broadcasting on our main channel. What's up, Bryce? And also on our YouTube and what is it? Twitch, Facebook, you name it. We're essentially everywhere. Even on Twitter, which, by the way, most people call X. I'm not going to do that. It's just too dumb. So anyway, this is the second prelim. We're a little means away from getting to the main event, and there is that. So if you guys are tuning in, I appreciate you for joining along. And it said, how did the first match go the wrong way with decision? Well, that's tough because they're both friends of the show. There is some word on the street that Kyle may have done more. The hard part about this is, and I know that we like to define these matches by saying like, well, we do every third, we say up red corner, up blue corner. So they had given two of those red indications to Kyle Chambers, and Dory, if you're playing by those rules, may have won that last third, but then it just renders all of those colors irrelevant. So I just have no idea. No, friends, keep it simple. Well, then who the fuck am I going to interview, Hane? Jesus. we are a very friendly, very positive, mostly show. So we do our best. And it says, how many submission attempts that were legit? That is a good question. Um, I mean, it might be a faultiness of this rule set. Uh, I think we're still in the phases of seeing how that went. But I did see, in my opinion, I did feel like for a moment we were going to see Kyle Chambers' hand get raised. That is a definite discussion to have on. So there is that. I'm just saying. Dory 0. Oh, yeah. Well, Hene said it, not me. So there's there. By the way, Renee is also looking to compete at the Brazilian trials, I believe. So if you guys are looking to get some kind of an exchange with him, he's doing several different offerings. I think he's offering to do some privates if you want to go ahead and support him that way. And then I think he's also doing kind of like, hey, let's collectively send me there. So definitely give some support to friend of the show, one, Renee Souza. So there is that. See? Friends. You want to keep all the friends on this show. God damn it, Renee. I just did a plug for you. So there. Does look like we're about to get a decision here. I believe it's probably going to go Ashley's way. Yep. And Ashley does pick up the win here. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. So my apologies if we're just a smidge off on how we pull off this part of the presentation, because I do not try to play or signal anything, but I do want to hear. There we go. All right, let's hear what she has to say. So right now, I'm not quite sure what this question is from Kendall, but she just says, what are fans supposed to expect when they see you have different colored hair? And she says she's always trying to finish the fight as fast as she can. And she's saying, you know what, it's not bad to embrace more of your feminine side in the sport of jiu-jitsu. So maybe there is kind of a purpose to this question after all. And she is mentioning that she is a purple belt and she wanted to wear purple because she is a purple belt. There we go. And now she's asking a little bit about your sister. Can we expect to see more from the two of you in the future? And it says, Hasek plug. Yes, of course. Maybe at a submission attempt via the Dars, I guess. 17-year-old. There is that, yes. High quality journalism, indeed. Hey, remember that event started an hour and a half late? Okay. So Ashley's calling her shot with any black belt. Star-Lord, I'll get back to your question here in a second. All right. That was talking to your winner, Ashley, who did a very good job. Hey, especially in that last series. Oh, that's the official mat of FloGrappling. Well, it's not that different from the UFC when we brand everything, so I guess we can do that. Elena enters the chat. She does. Okay. So remember the event started a half an hour late. I feel bad for those of you on the East Coast. I mean, not really bad, but like bad enough where I'm kind of like, oh, that does suck. It is a little bit of a bummer. But I would say this. Okay. So this is kind of an annoyance. And I don't know that you guys were able to hear this, but when Flo did their first match, which wasn't necessarily off time, on time, they did put, I think, on their website or on their YouTube page that they were going to start at 5:30. So I was rushing here. I was not going to get started at 5:30. Nope. Nope. And you know what? This might be the way to go in the future. Because I try to look up what times they are. I do have to say, to the social media team of FloGrappling, would it hurt you to put down the goddamn times? Because as I'm trying to figure out what time I'm starting this shindig, I'm doing my best to figure out, oh, well, maybe if it's 5:30, I will do my best to wait, is it just the pre-show? Because I don't want to be there for the pre-show. If you say it's going to be 5 or 6, and 6 is fine, sure. I mean, it sucks for the East Coast. Fine for me. I'm out in LA. Nonetheless, it was a little bit annoying. So they do their first match. It starts at about 6:20, which is fine. I think these matches are shorter. Okay, no problem. But then I don't know if the headphones, the cans, were a little bit lowered so that they went into the microphone, but I heard them doing what's on the comms or the communication systems that people wear in production. And I heard them saying, hey, we're on a hold right now. And it's just a photo of what was the last match, previewing that. And I thought that's well and fine. But then why are we still getting 15 commercial hits for no reason? Like, if there's ever a time when you have to do a commercial hit, please don't bring more attention to when it's not sick and functioning like television. So there is that. All right, Pepperidge Farms remembers, yes. Can we just stop Ricardo from doing commentary? Okay. They did put the time. So Jits Magazine, kind of, they put 5:30. So they didn't start at 5:30. That was on their pre-roll on their YouTube page. So you can do a pre-roll. So when I do a pre-roll, I literally roll like, hey, countdown is coming at this time. When people ask me, what time are you starting? I said, nah, let's say about 6. And guess what? For reasons unbeknownst to me, I had to wait. Once I got on the air, I was ready to roll. So what? Why are we doing this? Anyway, but good try there, Jits Memes. I know you're trying to find the positivity in that one, but that is a faulty issue with production. That wouldn't stand in most productions. We need Raph and Jake on commentary. Well, I think Jake would be up for it. I think Jake's out here, so yeah, of course. But you know what? Hey, look, that's a not bad warm-up room. Oh, shit, who's on crutches? All right, we got Sathler and Max Hanson. Max is looking very, very Dexter serial killer in this photo. And would it kill them to do a little bit of contrast on him? He's coming off like super bright. And I know he could be super bright, but that's like a very large bright light that is on him. So there is that. Pre-rolls are usually fine, or usually free for first timers. Sure. Uncle Jesse, what's up, brother? And then it says, yeah, I would always 100% I do the commentary. It's been a while since I've been on FloGrappling, I think, for reasons probably very public and private. But I'd welcome it. I mean, here's the thing. We're all trying to make this better in our own ways. And I do, Daniel is running very awkwardly, by the way. I must point that out. This is the weirdest Gumby arms I think I've ever seen. All right, I'm trying not to laugh. Let's keep moving. All right, thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Joe, I appreciate you for coming on as a new trial member for the Patreon. I hope that you enjoy the work that we're doing here. We'll be plugging that for a little bit later. It says, brother called me Jits Magazine. Uh-oh. And it says, I bought a gi from Sathler and ate sushi. Ken and some other dudes lived in a 2-bedroom apartment near Autos. Oh, that's cool. Talk to me too much. Therefore, no more flow for you. Hashtag canceled. I don't even think it's you, dude. I mean, listen. I don't think I'm beating you in a hates me more race, but I think they just don't like feedback. Like, they construe... And how is Max Hanson not rated? How is he not ranked? What the fuck is that, dude? You know, we ranked him one of our top 10 interviews of last year here at Grappling Hour, so there is that. Oh, this is a nature documentary. Yep. This is like a gorilla and a lion about to battle right here. You and Trumpet Dan should be on there. I would welcome that. Trumpet Dan is... Damn. Oh, shit. Max Hanson... already going to work very quickly, working on a knee bar, a little south on that, may not get it, but as a result, Daniel's trying to take it, may get the leg. Nope. They return back to a regular passing formation. Very interesting to see how this one's going to play. I really do enjoy this. Raf has beef with Flo. I don't know that I have beef with them. I think they occasionally have beef with me. But yes, no, I am mostly just very honest about how to make the product better. And, I don't think they want that. Ooh, Daniel may be in on a triangle here. Pulls on the arm. Max is probably going to have to tap here. Oh, God, no. Oh, my arm. Oh, nope. He's using his foot as a blockade here, and he does get the tap, and Max is feeling it there. Daniel is enjoying his number 1 point to everybody. Man, all right. Well, maybe we shouldn't make fun of that doughy little walk that he was doing and that run that he was doing, but that was impressive, man. You're late compared to YouTube on my end, by the way. Yeah, I might be a few seconds behind, so my apologies. But it just means that you get the benefit of knowing things a little bit better than I do. What's up, BJJ Jedi Ref? And it says he's gonna get a $50 bonus for that. Well, it's the inverted Shatari. Oh fuck, dude. Ah, yeah. It's all right, Max. You'll be better. I hope your arm is okay, brother. But man, that was nicely done there by Daniel. We will hear what Daniel has to say here in just a second. But in the meantime, it's a good time to plug. I appreciate you guys for supporting us on the many different channels that we have here. We'll go through some of them in a little bit. We'll get to our plugs. You guys kind of know what they are, but we'll start with this one. If you guys aren't following us on YouTube, it would mean a lot to me if you would, because you can check us out on YouTube. It is pretty dope. We have lots and lots of different things. What's up? Look at this comment from Gilson Martins, who just asks, Link, are you a Legend of Zelda fan? Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right. Kendall is going to spill. Whoa, where is this camera going? What the fuck are they doing? This is why this is endless fun to me, because there's no amount of preparation I have for seeing them mess up so much. So he's saying, this was a great opportunity. He studied his opponent a lot. Oh, he says he's been drilling that move every day. Well, that is a testament to drilling, bro. And he said he watched him in Who's Next, and that was a lot of content for him to study. And they're saying Kendall was just asking, yo, you just barely won by points the last time, so do you want to be cool and get a submission this time? I do want to know why he gets to wear the sunglasses, because it comes off a little bit more silly than it does awesome. And that was an awesome submission. And he did say he called his shot. He said he was going to make it a submission, and he did. Kendall asks, are you not a dancing machine, but a submission machine? Not really sure of the comparison to soccer players, etc., but is what it is. All right, there you go. It's so weird. Oh, man. Oh, wait, he was saying something else. Oh, no, I don't understand any of that. My apologies. I don't know why I even thought I would. Okay. Well, he said some stuff in Portuguese, I believe, and good for him, man. What a way impressive performance here. All right, let me see what I've got in the comment section from you guys. Funny, before we interviewed, I watched an interview with you on YouTube with Gary Tonin wearing a captain's hat. Yes, that is an EBI post interview that he and I did, and I think we're trying to get Gary on sooner than later. He's being kind of a bitch in terms of scheduling, but we'll get him. And he just came off a really big win, so we'll see what we can do. I wonder what flavor of ice cream helped him. Honestly, he does look like he might give you that answer, so that's a very good question. Well, are you also insinuating acai because, reasons? Oh, man, ads are the fucking worst. Let's turn this muted all the way down. All right. So anyway, thanks you guys for joining. My name's Rafa Sparza, your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, and it is wonderful to be with you. Friend of the show, Elijah Dorsey, is about to come up right now, so I hope that you guys are watching. He'll be going up against Herrera from Barrett Submissions, who seems to be providing a number of good folks to bring onto this card. And it says, damn, my boy beat this Herrera dude. Someone needs to get him on one of these shows. Oh, okay. Is that me or them? You're saying to compete, right? Because, like, we'll take submissions for people to come on the show, but, like, I'm really in charge of that. I actually had a friend who was like, would you mind interviewing one of my friends? I was like, I don't know. The time, it's really hard. Very difficult time in my life for me. Maybe. So I don't know. But we do have eyes and ears on just about everybody in the community. And I have to say, a young Elijah over here, he's been running for me. I don't know where he's at. So I'm wondering why he didn't show up. He's in California right now. Mysteriously did not come to train with me. Was in talks. There was the offer out, so there was that. And it says, I can't believe this was on the prelims. I agree. I thought Elijah would have a shot on the main card, but, he's on the come up, so maybe it's to try and draw in the attention before they go to the pay-supported version of this. And I still don't understand this red carpet. Like, the Oscars are in a month. We are not the Oscars. I love what we are as grapplers, but sometimes when I see that red carpet, I just think this is kind of silly. Like, it's not blocking anybody from coming up to them and marking any kind of territory. It's literally just to say, hey, look at this classy as fuck place that actually it's not. All right, he says you got Elijah winning in the first 3 minutes. Who is your next interview? Well, we have several that are behind paywalls. We just did one with Julian Espinoza. That's coming out very, very soon. We just put up with Anthony Ruiz, very, very funny YouTube jiu-jitsu content creator. Very happy to interview him. And listen, dude, we don't stop. We usually do at least 4 interviews per month. And I do try to beat that if possible with a lot of stuff that we offer on our Patreon, which, by the way, we are on Patreon. So that is something that you guys can go scope out if you are so interested a little bit later. But Elijah Dorsey tried to pull guard, didn't get the pull. Instead, looked for a sweep and now just choke slammed Herrera down. Looks for the pass, maybe settling for the back take here. Very quick transitions. Does have a little bit of a Kimura here, possibly. He's going to probably try to crank this all the way out. Switches, grabs a leg, and in that transition comes all the way up. Thought about taking the back, but now may just end up being in a passing predicament. Herrera, very nice on the regard there for just a split second. Looked for the leg, and now they are back standing up top again. Woo! That was a lot of work, especially for those of you who might be ahead of me. So my apologies. But I feel like that's a fair summarization. Nice entry there by Elijah. Does get the takedown. And very nicely stops. Listen, Elijah, I got to give you some credit here, young man. You have a reputation of going off the mats. You and another friend of the show, Bobby Winter. But you stopped there. You got the takedown, then you waited a second. I'm very proud of you. That's progress. Elijah, the real deal, ADCC medalist athleticism. Yes. And also, one of our top interviews from last year. You may notice that Flo stole a few of our people who had the top ranked interviews here at Grappling Hour, but Elijah, just a wonderful kid. I believe we were his first interview as well. And what really struck me about this is how kind he is, how he's putting it all together. Like he's learning how to present himself. And it was just a blast to get to talk to him. Very much appreciate him. I got a note here, and it says from Devent133, has Dante gone yet? Dante has not. He is on the main card. We are just about to finish on the prelims here as we do see one, Elijah Dorsey getting a pass. I love this wrist control that happens underneath from Ivan. It makes me a little weirded out because the folks over at Barrett Submissions, they are very sneaky with those things. So even though it looks like you're in a bad spot, I have seen some incredible creativity going all the way from friend of the show, Sergio Hernandez as well. And Elijah looks like he's working on a back take here. I'm very intrigued to see if he's going to be able to finish. Yep, there we go. Now we have the body triangle. He's going to have some time to mess with the neck and the body composure of his opponent, Ivan Herrera. And it does look like he got the tap. Although, it's weird. He must have snuck that one through because I felt like I didn't even see it. I was so preoccupied on seeing the body lock with that triangle. Just snuck that one in there. Good on him. Let me see here. I think that does qualify as, does that make it within the first 3 minutes? I don't know the exact times that they do for this, but it does look like you might have gotten that one right. What's up, Ramos? Or Steven Ramos, if you would. Shoulder lock. Thank you. That's what that is. So he did have that secured. Okay, so I was looking all the way down. There was not a choke. It was the shoulder lock itself. Damn. Impressive. Well, I'm very excited to see Elijah get some time to be interviewed here. That'll be very fun. What's up, Mandy? Awesome. All right, you guys, let's see what they have to say. Weird shoulder blade hyperextension stuff. Yeah. Oh, power half to death. God damn, dude. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. That's just something that hurts as you get older. There's real no fix about that. That's just something you fucking deal with, and it sucks. He might have hurt his back. Well, let's find out what he has to say here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and pull up this audio. And it says, interview Ramos, Savage D1 wrestler, JT, black belt, student of physical therapy, top 16 ADCC trials. Oh, you mean friend of the show, Steven Ramos? You know, we did do an interview with him when he won a UWW, or is it United Grappling? I forget exactly the organization. My apologies, Steven. But a UWW, I thought it was a grappling side, and we saw him win that, and we did an interview there, but he has yet to be on Grappling Hour, so maybe we talk about that. Let's see what Kendall has to say with Elijah right now, who, by the way, loves candy and, I believe, pancakes? I think you just said you can call it the big breakfast dog. Good on him. So Kendall's asking, what does it feel like to actually get the win, especially coming off of your ADCC impressive showing? Damn. And you know what's great about it is he basically goes over the head with that. So it's locked into place in such an impressive way. It's good to know. And Kendall's asking, is there anything else that you're looking for in the future? And Elijah's going to head back to the gi and try and win pans. And he's kind of peeking out to see if the audience would be interested in him competing at Brasileiros. And they're kind of like, we don't know what that is, bro. We're in the Orange County region. We're not that smart. Hey, okay, good job, kid. So one thing that we do here on the show, what's up, Mark? What's up, Noam? What's up, Joey? Who's winning the football game? Ooh, what an interesting question. Can it not be Taylor Swift? Can we be done with that? No. I mean, right now the odds on favorite are look at that kid. I think they are the 49ers, which would be great. I was a 49ers kid when I was growing up, so I was a fan. It was very difficult to be a huge 49ers fan in my college years. But all things being what they are, happy to see them do well. And, you know, I don't even hate the Chiefs. I just hate all the attention that this whole thing has brought on. And I'm perplexed by this whole concept. I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just recognize when you get older, what really helps is when you recognize this is not for me. Because not everything's made for you. Maybe when you're a teenager, you think, oh, this better be made for me. I'm so mad this wasn't made for me. Sure. But as you get older, you're like, oh, well, that's made for girls who wear cardigans and feel really, really like mean girls who grew up and want to have some Starbucks and feel good about their youth. When I hear it, I go, okay, it's not for me. And there's an oversaturation to it where you go, okay, well, let's make fun of the oversaturation. It's like, don't you dare say anything about Taylor. Do not make fun of her. And it's like, well, she's not a protected class. you can have a thought on if it's too much. So yeah, it's a complicated mess. And there are things that she does that I like. Hey, is it cool that she's helping to get artists more recognition and money? Sure. Great. Record your masters. Awesome idea. I don't love that she gets more number ones off of it. She's not responsible for being the person that they cut to on that camera, but like, I don't think she's fighting it either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a wild thing. But I do love how rabidly angry people hate her, and I feel like that's a fun thing as well. So, but yeah, anybody but her, that would be great. Yeah, I say that going back to back with that. I hope she wins and reveals she's actually Hillary. Well, that would definitely change some minds. Raiders still have a chance. Good Lord. Well, there's definitely a drunk enough Raiders fan somewhere who believes that is the thing. Actually, you know, my favorite pastime, because I did grow up as a huge 49ers fan, is I love when the Dallas Cowboys lose. Same thing with the Patriots. When the Patriots would lose, I would get really, really happy, and you know, life would go on. Seeing the evil Jedi Emperor in one, Bill Belichick lose, that was great. Like, all of those things were wonderful. It's just now we're at a phase where, I don't know, man. Once they're out, I kind of have a little bit less fun. So aside from Taylor, Chiefs, Niners, I'm pretty good either way, honestly. I do vaguely like Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce seems like a very fun himbo. So yeah, why not? Sure. Great. Yes, that is what we're looking at for this Sunday. I am actually, I'm more excited for Usher. Usher getting the halftime slot, A+. It's a little too late, honestly, but I'll take it now because Usher is the last of a dying breed. And I'm really honest about this. Like, most people cannot do halftime singing and dancing. And there have been some good halftime shows, but there's been a lot of bad ones. And you kids weren't around when they did like Hands Across America. They did an Indiana Jones one that was a mess. Like, we have been through some atrocious halftimes. And because I got better, you got Janet to thank for that. You do. If you're going to give her the blame, you better give her the credit because they were shit before. Mike revolutionized it by making it great. Janet re-pioneered it by saying, here's what an actual show looks like, and here's what a surprise element looks like. Whoops, didn't go right. Suffered for it. That other dude, he sucks. Womp womp. They did 3 years of old people rock with, was it ADCC, which I like, but ugh, it was not a good show. They did Paul McCartney, who, legend, not a great show. They did Tom Petty, who came out okay. Bruce was okay. And then they started trying to get better. And they started pouring a lot of money into it. And there were some hits and misses along the way. But now, Jay-Z is one of the producers of the show, and he has reached out with some very good talent. So even if you get somebody like The Weeknd, there's so much going on visually that you're like, oh, yeah, all right. This is better than it needs to be. How about them commercials? Oh, you're talking about these commercials that we're having to sit through? And the fact that there's just a poster, like a clip of Jacob Couch and Rodriguez just staring at it. You know what the best part about this is? When they pause on this look at us, it's like, you're not going to see this match. Nope. You think you're going to see it now? Still no. Now? No. We're on a commercial. You can suck it, sir. Prince is good. I think Prince is top tier. My issue here is this. The amount of time it takes to set up usually means most people lip sync and pretend to play their instruments. And Prince, his integrity was so good that I want to say he played live. I can't prove it. So I would say that of all the people that have done it, I think Prince was maybe the best musician to do it. He's up there. I thought Lady Gaga did a very good presentation. What's up, Jake? I'm trying to think. There's very, very good ones. U2 had one of the classic ones, I thought. That was a very, very good production. But they're in different eras. Like, even Michael Jackson's, as good as it was, I thought he sleptwalked through that performance. Like, Mike could put on a show. And especially when you get to the second half with Mike's like, I want to bring out all the children. Oh, my. No children, Mike. Come on. Purple Rain in the Rain. I would agree. That is a very legendary thing. So, yeah, I think Prince is like number 2 to me. I think that's where he lands for me. So, just saying that. I think Jacob's looking a little slimmer here, too. Look at that. He's getting super into shape. Not that he wasn't before, but my man recognizes it's an ADCC year. Ref, how do you feel this knee brace in the leg of Jacob? I don't know yet. I mean, Jacob's probably going to pull guard, so I don't know if that's a huge issue. But him being at number 3 on the rankings, you know, it's a little dicier in terms of a great opportunity for Sebastian Rodriguez. I don't know. We'll see. And he sits to guard, so no surprise there. And Sebastian already looking to pass very aggressively. He has a cup on the left knee, may try to circle out and around, playing with a few of the grips here. Backs out, tries to enter back in. Jacob kind of using his foot to keep him at bay. Excellent use of positioning here. Jacob circles the foot on the inside, does go to a half. Except there is one thing helping here. There is a cup underneath the leg by Sebastian, who has to restart from the beginning. Takes it out, pulls the leg back in to attempt a second pass here. Kept at bay once again, and Jacob has a grip underneath Sebastian's right leg. He's trying to offset him and tilt him. There may be a heel hook coming here, and I do think that Jacob, Jacob almost had it. I thought he had it there for a split second, but I couldn't get a good sight on it. And I don't love the Sebastian is doing very little movement. This is getting Jacob a lot of time and could create some separation here. Yeah, I think he's just holding on for dear life. I would not be surprised if Jacob gets that tap, but Sebastian just letting it go. I will say it does look like it's just a little off, but it's very quick how it turns from off to on, and that could be it right there. And he does get the tap. Yeah, Sebastian not, I mean, maybe it's hard to get out of that position, but I felt like, I think he's starting to feel the effects of it now. Damn, dude. I hope he is okay. I think it's what happens, and I mean, we've all been here, when you kind of freeze up and you don't start making movements. I think the one thing that helps if you are in that position is possibly to start platforming out and start, giving people a little bit of a, hey, I just need to tap if I'm really this compromised. Because at one point it looked like he was thinking for not just any kind of toe, but like a Kurt Angle ankle lock. And when I saw that, I go, I don't think this dude has familiarity of what to do here as well as he might need to in this moment. And I believe is that Dante with him right there? So Jacob's about to get his hand raised here. And when he does, we will take a listen to him. He has been a huge favorite of the FloGrappling team. So it'll be very interesting to see how he plays this one. Oh my God. Friend of the show just sent in a crazy dumb video, so I'll be excited to talk about that one later. They should supply crutches after matches. That's not a bad idea. I know it might not look visually the best, but if you put me on a wheelchair afterwards, I'd appreciate that. All right, let us see. There's Morello. It's like, this is why that red carpet's so silly. Like, when you have to just step over it, it looks really stupid like that. Okay, Kendall is asking, hey, this is a special show. Now you're ADCC and Trials champion. What does it feel like? And Jacob is saying he thinks that he has the most matches at who's number 1. So Kendall brings up his ADCC run and the fact that he had all submissions. And what are you looking forward toward? What are you looking forward to this year? And now he's making his play for saying he's had the most matches, so it's time to get a strap. If he's ranked number 3, it would stand as a pretty logical next step for him. And keeping it relatively short today, one Jacob Couch. So I think he wanted to make more of the statement of, hey, bro, I really, really want to just get this match, get this title coming in now. It says Rodriguez literally ran off while he was limping. Who is 88 kg champ? I don't. Listen, anytime you guys do these things, this is ridiculous. Oh, there's Jake. Jake had just checked in with us a few seconds ago, and now he is doing something. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, so they're just kind of explaining the fan experience. Ruh-roh. I have to ask why we're doing this. Thank you, Abraham. Okay, that's just a plug to get more subscriptions. But if we're already watching, we don't. Okay. Cool. It's just a very odd thing to be like, hey, while you're watching this, if you haven't subscribed, could you subscribe? Oh, wait, you had to subscribe to get this. Do you have an illegal link? Then please enjoy this vamp that we're doing. So they're taking a commercial break, or they're taking a break. We could be done so much faster. God damn it. It's National Pizza Day, by the way. Does deep dish qualify? Trying to pick a spot. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go deep dish. Absolutely. I lived in Chicago for, not Chicago, but Illinois for a good number of years, and I very much enjoyed my time with deep dish pizzas. The issue is now I can't do as many. Like now, if you give me 1.5, I might be good, fam. Like that might be it. I don't see the need to do any more of this. So Silat Club, what are you getting here? And like, why are we advertising like a combatives Krav Maga on FloGrappling? Oh God, man! Sometimes, like, just make it so that I don't insult you outright. Can I skip the ad? God damn it. Okay, I'll take the photo any day over that. Pick quads, baby. Did I spell that right? You definitely spelled something. What's up, Los Frankies? Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Rafa Esparza. I host a show called The Grappling Hour, and of which you are joining us and enjoying this. Victor has already fought. Now, when you say a statement like that, it makes it seem like it's happened, but you didn't put a question mark. I will answer it for you. No, he is not. So, still good here. And Zicardo JC says, JRC says, Libra, I mean, I. No, I don't know, man. I don't speak. No. No, I don't know. Whatever you asked, I think no. So, thank you. What's a polar bear jungle cat? That's actually my favorite name of the night so far. Adele. No, not that one. This one. She's walking in right now, and this is her match that is coming up right now. And I believe, is she up against Tubby? Is that what's going on right now? All right. She is making her way. She is in the Hyper Fly Rash Guard. So I know some friends who are very excited about that. And we're seeing some pump up here. Look at this. I still think that Tubby is the weirdest nickname that we have given in some time. What's up, McKinley? Thank you so much for joining us, my good friend. Let me go ahead and say this. If you guys are joining us right now, you can also join us on Patreon, where you will see the next series of interviews that we do on the show. So go to patreon.com/grappling hour. It would mean a lot to me. You see 4 interviews per month if you get our early access, and you get to see them 30 days before anybody else. You also get some voting power to chime in and tell us on polls when we're putting them up on things that you'd like to see in the future or that are coming up in the near future. Additionally, if you want to become a premium member, you can get our access to not only those early access videos, but you can see segments that we produce that aren't available anywhere else, including mini-sodes, including tape studies with the athletes themselves, and a segment that we call Roast Rap, where people roast my competition footage. And tonight, don't let me forget this, we are actually going to record a new segment that's going to go out that I think we're going to see if people like, which is called What'd I Miss? Because Lord knows I watch too many grappling events, and a lot of people don't. And let's say you miss one. If you're one of our Patreons, I want to go ahead and give you guys a video to show you what you missed and try and consolidate an event or a moment down to 1 minute. So that is a segment that we will be doing so that, ooh, Adele straight out said hello to Tubby's kneecap. Damn. Oh, that's a man. Okay, damn. All the homies popping into your live stream right now. Well, that is good to hear. I appreciate that. What's up, Dana? Dana Brown. Okay. Instead of Dana White. Got it. Took me a second here because I only see a small preview here. Let's see this entry again real quick. So she gets some separation here. She goes, gets a slight reap. And yeah, that is a very quick tap. That meant a snap had to happen or some kind of issue as she was making. Yep, it's the turn. Ooh, now I'm thinking about it. I don't want to think about it anymore. That's no bueno. Anyway, let's see what I've got here. I Brazilian KKK. No, I get it. I know you're Brazilian. I appreciate you being here. I just had no idea what you were asking. But I am giving you guys updates on what is happening here. So if you don't want to pay for this, and Lord knows there are reasons why you might not want to, I can give you some play-by-play and let you know some of the things that are happening here. So I think we're going to go to Adele's post-interview here and hear what she has to say. Like, I'm intrigued to hear what she has to say because, goddamn, that was an impressive win. Damn. All right, Kendall is about to interview, and here we go. So they're saying that might be the fastest submission in Who's Number One history, which seems about right. Adele saying, you know what, nobody wants to see anybody get injured like that. All love and respect to Tubby. And she said that she was coming out here to get a submission, and she did it. Braden, we'll get to your question here in a second, but give us a second to go over what Adele's saying here on this post interview. Oh no, yeah, they can't zoom in like that here on that show. She was asked to zoom in on her nails, and the camera crew's like, "Bro, I can barely zoom in. I don't know how this works." Okay, so she was a last minute replacement. She came in on about a week's notice. Switch in question. What should we expect to see in the future from you? She says she wants a crack at that time. I mean, listen, after a performance like that, that's yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that one. Huh. Damn. I love that she said, she's like, yo, 2 years is a long time. Don't Roman Reigns this title. All right, Tubby, we hope you're okay as well here. Yeah, I'm not giving time to their sponsors. Who has fought so far on the main card? Okay, well, you had Jacob Couch. You just had that match with Adele picking up the win over Tubby. And I think those are the main ones, right? Up until then, it was just prelims. So we're just kind of getting started here if you are just showing up. So thank you very much for asking, Braden Scott. And it's a good time to remind you guys, if you like what you're seeing here on the show, we would love it if you guys give us some love and support. You can support us on many different channels, the least of which should be surprising to you guys, but you can always support us on things like Twitch. We're on Twitch at Grappling Hour. We're also on YouTube at Grappling Hour. We're on every social media platform essentially at Grappling Hour. So we're going to make some references to as all of those a little bit later. Let me go ahead back and check in on some comments over in our Instagram. Say, it says Jesus Aoki. Yes. What's up? Oh, good. Braden, that was so nice of you to give us a nice little follow there on the Twitch. We'll take care of you in a second, and you'll see what I mean. And it says, Fionn would have killed Amanda. Flo's production is the best. Stop. So here's what I love about you, other Raphael. You are so protective of these people that you won't allow us to insult them or roast them in a way that you would do for other sports. But you're giving them exceptionalism when we're paying for this product, and sometimes it's not exceptional. There is a professional lookingness to this, but let's be real. There are some definite like whoop 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 what's happening here moments. So just saying. And we should not just be grateful. I pay enough money for this. What's up, Tony DeSouza? What's up, Apex and D? All right. Let's go back to some comments here and some notes. Yes. Very happy that you guys are joining us here today. And we do a segment here on the show where we toast those who get finishes within regulation. And there were a few folks who got some finishes today. So we'll catch up on those. But we also do a toast to those people that I see have just subscribed to us. And I want to point this out. I just noticed that Braden Scott, 1430, has subscribed to us. So Braden, we're actually going to take care of you like we would any of the folks that just got a submission. So it's just like you got a submission here on the show. We do a nice little cheers to you. This toast goes on out over to one Braden Scott, 1430. Thank you so much, man. I want to tell you a little secret. I know Braden Scott, 1429. Dick. Don't like him. In fact, I was wondering why he would ever come to the show, because everybody knows we rep Braden Scott, 1430, all day here on this show. And as one of the people that I know with the best half guards there is in jiu-jitsu, cheers to you, one Braden Scott, 1430. We love and appreciate you, and we hope that you enjoy us here on Twitch. Bam. Very nice. It goes down in the stomach. So appreciate you guys and the love that you're giving here. But yes, that is what's happening there. We'll do some cheers and some toasts for the other folks who have gotten submissions within regulation, and there have been a handful. So let's get some of those results right now and bring you guys back up to speed. So here we go. We'll do one of our first toasts that happened earlier in the day to one Daniel Sathler. Okay, let's do that one. Yeah, I'm going to put a couple of these with some caveats. This toast goes on over to a new friend of the show, Daniel Sathler, who I have to say, I would love it if you would come on this show, because that triangle was sick. That armbar had me concerned. I hope Max is okay, but you went out as a killer here tonight, and I would love to talk to you and get to know a little bit more about you and your story. But if nothing else, congratulations to you here on this night. Cheers to you, one Daniel Sathler. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, we'll do one for Elijah here in a second, but I am getting some notes here and there, so my apologies if we take short interruption breaks in between these toasts. See Rising Sun. I see Marvelations 12. Thank you guys for joining in. We are... Man. It is nice that we have a countdown here. That's good. There's relatively nothing happening, but it is giving some order to the proceedings, so I can give Flo that. So that is nice, as opposed to the, hey, go talk to them about our fan experience, which they do every once in a while. So there is that. All right, we should be 9 seconds away. I feel like we're counting down to fucking New Year's right now. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! And no matches. You know, the countdown here is really just a wish fulfillment. We were in this process of counting down to the next match, which had no bearings on anything. And yet, here we go to the red carpet. I can compliment one thing. The lights aren't bad. I like the lights. I think that looks, cool. I think they bring that technology, which is good. All right. Our next match, which if I am looking down here, I believe we are now going on over to Mica Galvão. Okay. Interesting. Let me see what we have here. So, yeah, we have... Wait. No, this is Oliver Taza. My apologies. Good Lord. Dalpra and Taza coming up right now. This will be very, very interesting to watch. So Dalpra and Taza should be very, very interesting for this reason. Taza is a consistent presence within our community. He's definitely a monster. Very, very well trained. Has some accolades basically all over the place. But Dalpra is this dude that they really want to build as one of the next guys. He's definitely got the right coaches. He's definitely somebody who we should be concerned about. But this will be a very good test, so I'm very excited for this one. It says, everyone wants quick subs until the main card is 15 minutes. No, I'm good with that. I have other shit to do, so I'm very good there. Did Oliver Taza become 30? God damn, when did we all get so old? All right, we start off this match right now. My thanks to you guys for joining us. This is Rafa Esparza of the Grappling Hour. We now go straight to the mats. Taza looking light, staying very light, centering now, has a grip on the back of the head. Dalpra switches around, gets his own reactions, looks for the hands, looks for the legs, switching it up back and forth. So, yeah, that 15 minutes that you just put down there, Reason Jiu-Jitsu, that's going to make me want to be finished all the more. Dalpra was looking to grab from like a snatch single. It is always interesting to watch our jiu-jitsu guys do some wrestling because in wrestling, it's just a little bit more of a commitment to shooting it all the way, but it's just a different game is what it is. But the appreciation that I have for learning wrestling from people who I think are very good at it is always funny because you look at it and you go, oh shit, nobody would ever just be reaching like that for 20 minutes on that leg. So we are unique unicorn into ourselves. So all these matches are 15 minutes. They also give some indications every once in a while to let you know who they think is winning every 5 minutes, just to let you know how they play this game. Ooh, almost a snatch single there for Oliver Taza, but nothing doing just yet. We are seeing a lot of grip fighting here in the first 2 minutes of action. What I do notice is Dalpra is the one pushing forward, and Taza is trying to like counter off of these back steps. It's still an aggressive backstep. Like every time he's moving back, he's at least trying to fight off a grip and advance in his own way. Dalpra looks like he could be at a single here, goes for a trip, but might as well have just been a kick to the straight left leg of one. Oliver Taza now gets the trip. Taza knows he has to play off his back. He had plenty of time to prepare for that one and looked very, very ready for it. So there's going to be a guard pass here attempt. He's still needs to clear this leg. It might take a minute, but he's in a very good spot. He thought for a second of gripping around the back of the neck, but opted not to do that. Taza's trying to cinch up the legs here. He now is at a safer half guard position. So that is what is happening over on that side. My thanks to you guys again for watching. My name is Rafa Esparza, etc., etc. Send me questions, comments, concerns, hints, allegations. As you have them, I am here to help you and, give you guys what you need to know on what's happening on this card. Good pressure here by Dalpra. I mean, this was essentially where you wanted to be if you were Dalpra. Like, you wanted to be in that moment where you could neutralize so much of what makes Oliver Taza so good. If you were able to get into your classic pressure passing, this is one of the better areas you could be. And I think he is slowly but surely, no, he's actually going to circle back the other way. A little bit of a body lock here. It is preventing Taza from standing all the way up. Taza's trying to get it. He does have a butterfly hook here. He thought about grabbing, but instead snaps him down for a split second. And now both gentlemen are standing back up. And Taza, I think, just offered the ankle little bracelet on over to Dalpra. And he was like, nah, I don't need that, dude. It's perfectly fine. Like, discarded it like a child who hated his Christmas gift. But here's the nice part. We're seeing a nice little turn of energy here from Taza, who now is initiating more of it. Looks for his snatch singles again. Dalpra counters, does look to try and trip again off of that leg on the outside. Doesn't get it. Back to head control here for both gentlemen. I think what's been fascinating to see in this match so far is just the ebb and flow of it. Like, Dalpra's staying loose, but I wouldn't say he's comfortable. I think maybe he's catching his breath ever so slightly here. And this is a marathon, dude. 15 minutes is not a fun roll when you're going this hard. People forget this consistently when they're rolling. Like, if you're rolling with somebody for 15 minutes, they're usually your training partners. You kind of know their game. There is so much uncertainty and anxiety here that happens that, of course, you can make a little less with tons and tons of competition experience. But there is nothing like being out there for 15 minutes straight where, you let your guard down for a half second. You might get a little bit thrown off. And it looks like the referee is talking to Dalpra. Yep. Maybe he has a cut here. Let's see what's going on. Yep, he does have a little bit of a cut. I think it was just slightly over the eye and doesn't waste any time. Returns back. Game of mercy. Switched on over. Taza thought he might be slick here to get in on an underhook. Might have been an overhook. My apologies if it was incorrect. I had a referee slightly in position here. What's up, Tyler? Hope all is well, sir. All right, that's going to be the first 5 minutes, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to believe that, Dalpra is not the person who has the advantage in that. So, very good start to this match thus far in. They're going to go back to the center as that red light, the Kenny Loggins roaster light, lets you know that the red corner has the advantage thus far in. But as we all know, that stuff is bullshit. They just kind of pick whoever they want toward the end. Continued hand fighting here. And I mean, I like how much more alive Taza is. I can't tell if it's just he's getting that part where he's feeling more comfortable or if this is just him starting to show out. Dalpra didn't quite 100% commit. Maybe a feint that he maybe went a little bit too heavy on. But man, what an aggressive throw here. There's a switch, and there's likely going to be a pull down here in just a second. So keep things on the monitor here, you guys. We are very excited to have you joining us. It has been a great day for grappling. I hope that you guys are enjoying your day thus far in. But yes, we are continuing our coverage. Gabe, I appreciate you for watching as well. It is wonderful to see you guys here. There is a trip here from Dalpra, who, again, is going to return back to pressing this action forward. He does get a clean pass. So the referee's going to stop the position here and center them back to the mats. I believe. No? Yes. Okay. Sometimes when you don't have the explanations, you are making some assumptions that you go, oh shit, that might not actually be what's happening here. But we are usually fairly right on. All right, center of the mats. Dalpra, very much pass, looking to hike up that knee to trap Taza's leg from being able to get like on the ground and push out. So I think Taza knows that he kind of has to let this play and maybe chamber on a moment like right before the pass happens. All right, continuing to see what's happening here. My appreciation again for you guys who are watching. You guys are the best. All right, I think Dalpra's going to start switching things up. He's pulling up on the shoulder. He's trying to get the hook underneath the head. And he's putting the head position just to create more weight. So as we're seeing this happen, nice push down here. All right, he's circling back over. Dalpra almost looks like he's going for a pin here in wrestling. He's trying to bypass this leg. And you have to be very careful about that leg. The last time he was kind of putting the pressure on Taza and that leg found its way to a butterfly hook, it was really hard to contain. So you want to be very, very close on how you monitor. And look at it as it is right now. He's getting back to a half guard. And Dalpra, I thought, just kind of smashed that arm out. That could be a guillotine here. It's a very off grip. And if it's not a guillotine, oh my God, it could be a dragon sleeper. Not a dragon sleeper. Uses it, keeps one hook in. Taza's a little stuck here. He could cook him here straight into mount or a back take. So all that energy that you have at the very beginning, this is where it starts to get a little more settled. And you start to feel that pressure of the role that you've been having for so long. So I kind of get the exhaustion that is happening here. Curtis Clark just asked, couch win? Yes. And very easily. He had a very, very good performance here tonight. Short Work is now asking for a title shot at who's number one in the future. So we'll see how that plays out for him. I mean, Taza, to his credit, is Granbying moving as best he can. And that was if he finishes that, man, Dalpra almost countered the Granby into a beautiful back take. There is a scramble and there's heavy work between the two of them. Damn, I hate it. I missed it. I believe, listen, I got to go back and watch the tape. He was essentially attacking what I thought was a heel hook, but there were a few transitions that happened there, so it might have been a knee bar, but I think it was a heel hook. You kind of have to be there, dude. I can't remember all these things. Be like, Raph, what happened last week? Dude, I don't know, man. I was too drunk. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's pull up the result here real quick while these two gentlemen are working, and this should be another advantage for Dalpra when we get down to this 5 minutes, but as we've seen, that usually doesn't mean too much. So yes, he was able to finish with alternating between a heel hook and a straight ankle lock. Couch secured the finish with a deep bite on Rodriguez's heel. So you'll see here, that's some ambiguous bullshit that's just happening because it does say heel hook at the very end. So we did land at the same thing, me and the writer on FloGrappling. So there is that. But it's mostly because we saw him going through several different areas. And once he had this wonderful reap, it did look a little dicey in terms of keeping it safe. It says, this match is grueling. I'm tired watching it. I mean, sometimes you get into a role that just is never ending. Fortunately, this is not a who's number one situation where we're waiting after 3 hours to see what happened. But yeah, it's very grating, very, very pressure heavy. And it's a good test for Dalpra, who they've been interested to see how he's going to do in the no-gi format. Obviously, somebody with a lot of gi experience. But getting to see him work now, Taza is not a slouch. Like, this is a very good test for him. And I'm very intrigued to see how he continues to move on in his no-gi progression. But a very solid performance here thus far by him. Excuse me. Look at that. All right. We are seeing Oliver Taza continue to try to get up. And Dalpra, like, oscillating between like a guillotine and a crossface. And, you know, if he really contains that crossface, there is a modified crossface version that I like to hit people with that people do not like to tap to, but you can, on occasion, create a bit of a problem for people. I think Dalpra's allowing this Granby to happen to maybe take the back here. Taza, for a split second, wondered if he could grab that leg. That's not a bad grip off of it. You can sometimes elevate your opponent and kind of disrupt them. But that's a really good rechamber here by Dalpra, who uses kind of this imperfect body lock to just stay on top and keep himself centered, so it's very hard to move him. And instead, as he heists up as a tighter grip, you're seeing Taza play continuously defensively off his back, but finds his way to half guard yet again. Wonderful, wonderful work there by Oliver Taza. What's up, Chris Barmer? Good to see you, buddy. All right, Taza still looking to try and get some kind of off-centered sweep here. Nothing doing. Dalpra has just been a machine in terms of pressure, staying on consistently. Taza once again finds half guard. Dalpra's going to look to see if he could swim an arm underneath, while also bending his knee to go for a pass at the same exact time. And yet, we're just kind of stuck in this position. To reiterate what Curtis Clark said a little bit earlier, I'm tired just watching it. And yeah, I mean, same, bro. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this is going kind of the way I thought it would. I kind of felt like we were going to get a decision win here. I wasn't sure that I saw Taza not being as competitive with Dalpra. I thought Dalpra's definitely got the momentum right now. And when you can, split second there, Taza thought he might have a leg. He's been searching for one just desperately. Nothing doing. Dalpra with such great pressure and such good balance. When you have that balance, it is very hard to get somebody off of you. And, you know, Taza knows he is short on time here. With 45 seconds, I just don't see an avenue for success for him here. Maybe. Grabs around on the shoulder. And I mean, Dalpra also has to be very tired from all of these. Dalpra just thought about going for a leg lock there without much reason. And goddamn, these transitions are beautiful. The way he snuck the leg in and out was fairly spectacular. Kudos to him. Good Lord. What a day. So these two gentlemen will go to time, and you will... What the fuck? These are some unconventional passing attempts here by Dalpra, and listen, I can guarantee you they work on lesser people. But, man. Also, I'd like to bring this up. I don't know if you guys saw Senor Mendez brother yesterday. What's up, J Miles? But look like he is definitely ready for another run at ADCC. I don't want to make any accusations. I don't want to make any incorrect statements, but the acai looked good. I will say that. I don't know that you guys saw that one, but the acai looked good. All right. Well, it should be a matter of seconds before we get a hand raised here by the AOJ. One Dalpra here. And we will hear what he has to say in his post-interview. But he is refueling with some water. See, this is the part I don't feel we have to do right away. Like, I feel like just go straight to the announcement. Don't let them do water. I don't know. I guess, let me think this out. You do want the water because they're going to talk soon. It's just very confusing, but they did compete for 15 minutes straight. We'll see. Let's go to this interview and see what they have to say. So Tainan Dalpra does another amazing performance at Who's Number One, getting the win over Oliver Taza. Are we doing a post interview here? Hey, kid eating popcorn. We're just gonna put the camera on you because no reason. Dude, this poor kid is being a great sport. She's already done this. Like, yep. All right, Dalpra brings up all of the children. So, this is kind of wild to bring up this many kids. I also want to point this out. If there are that many kids on stage, and your first question is, why is everybody up here? Like, I do feel it is a bit of a missed opportunity. What's up, James? Is it Jamesy Henson? All right, we're getting the question now. So he says the sport is growing, very exciting, and he's trying to set the example for the next generation. I think this is just representative of all the people, the future generation that he's trying to be a good example to. So, like, okay, just hear me out here. Maybe this is the pose, the end pose after we do the interview. So Dalper says that he wants to compete at every single Who's Number One going forward if he can. And Dalpra, they say, yo, do you want to say anything in Portuguese? And he is taking his opportunity to actually say it in English. Ah, okay, we're at the explanation here. I'm bringing these kids up here because you're going to see and hear a lot about them in the future. All right, now we're at the Portuguese, and I'm out. And let's mute. Okay, so we've seen some stuff so far. Let's kind of recap for those of you who are just joining us right now. My apologies for taking a second to get some composure here. I'm going to make sure that we're not missing any questions. So far, I think we are caught up. All right, Dalper just got his win. And they are now going to kickstart with promoting their commercials for jiu-jitsu and academies everywhere. So let's see. On the main card, I think we're now, what, is this halfway through? So we're about to get Dante Leo versus Pato. We're about to get Mica Galvão versus Kenta. And we're about to get Nick Rodriguez, Nicky Rod versus Victor Hugo. So those are the ones that are coming up. I do think the way that they are showing the who's number one belt, the light on that one is pretty good. So there is that. They're doing another countdown that the next match starts in 2 minutes. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see if that is the case. Let's also catch up on some of the cheers that we meant to do a little bit earlier, but maybe didn't get an exact moment to take care of here on the show. So a little bit earlier, we did one for Daniel. We're going to do one for Elijah right now. So Elijah was able to win from this kind of shoulder lock a little bit earlier in the afternoon or the evening. So we're going to do a cheers to friend of the show, Elijah Dorsey. So here we go. This toast goes on over to Elijah Dorsey, friend of the show, one of the top 10 interviews for Grappling Hour of 2023. Congratulations on your win. I want to point this out. I thought that dude was going to get choked out. Instead, you just broke his shoulder, which I guess all things considered, it worked. And congratulations to you for that. I would say this. How are you still afraid to come train with me, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you put out a message and you were like, oh, no, I don't think I can do it now. Oh, no. So I'm just saying, bro, you're in Los Angeles, California, and I don't see you here, bro. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is congratulations on your win. Very impressive stuff. And good Lord, dude. Way to show out tonight. Cheers to you, Elijah. You looked very good out there at Who's Number One, and I'd love to see more things for you happen on that show. Toast. So the nice part is now I'm realizing they did 9 minutes for the prelim matches. And earlier, I think Jits Memes was saying that it was going to take less than 3 minutes. And he was correct on that. So props to him for that observation. And look at this. Braden Scott, you know what? You get just another little tip of the hat here. I saw you just followed us at Verbal Tap Cast. You guys can also follow us at Grappling Hour, which you did as well. Look at that. Look, cheers to you. You're getting all the toast. We just love it when we see our friends supporting us, making new friends, etc., etc. Yeah, I will say we could be, let's move, guys. We have 3 more matches, and I would love to be done sooner than later. So let's make with the go, and let's go ahead and do a cheers on over to Jacob Couch. So this toast goes on over to Jacob Couch, who, by the way, has not come on this show yet. I don't know why. We have put the invite out to him to a couple different occasions, but we most recently put the invite out with a win for ADCC Trials that we did for all the other ADCC Trials winner. And, for whatever reason, we haven't seen you. So we're going to do it again here, Jacob. Mr. Hillbilly Hammer. Mr. Hammer, I'm not sure. Mr. Couch, whatever you prefer. But I think it's time. Let's get you on the show. Let's do a proper interview here at Grappling Hour. We would love to have you. Anyway, congratulations. It was a very impressive performance here tonight. So kudos to you, sir. Hopefully we get to see you soon. Let's do this one after this match. But Pato makes his way on out. And the story has to be here. How impressive it is that you get Dante Leon, who is going up through all of the weight classes. Like, if there's a weight class that he can be involved in, he wants to be involved in. I think Dante did a You Can't See Me, or he just really doesn't like stage smoke in his eyes. So one of the two had to happen here. I do find it odd that they don't refer to him as a champion in other regions, because that dude, if memory serves me right, has other championship belts as well. But Dante de Leon looks like he is in possibly the best shape we have ever seen from this young man. And he is taking on Diego Pato, and this will be a very interesting match. So again, my thanks to you guys for watching. let us go. And it says, yeah, let's go Hillbilly. I'm telling you, man, we definitely would love to have him on the show. So let's get him on. All right, we start with the action here. Dante Leon already looking to try and pass as Diego Pato pulls guard very, very quickly. And he's looking for some grips. Dante not even moving for a split second, kind of waiting him out. Now back up to a stance, looking to start passing, controlling the legs. And at this particular juncture, I think he's going to look to maybe start shoveling this knee very quickly. He addresses two of these different grips. Pato looks like he wants to reap. The problem is he doesn't have a base for the leg to get the reap on just yet. Dante is in a space where he's maybe thinking about not standing up immediately. And in doing so, maybe just kind of politely asks if he can borrow this leg for a split second. So, little bit of a good bite here. Puts down the leg. May start transitioning. Okay, so at this point, Diego Pato could potentially get a good sweep here. Like, this is at least a decent start, but Diego monitoring it very, very well. Diego opts to kind of go back down to the knees, and we return back. Ooh, nice little push there by Pato. All right, both of these gentlemen, very, very good at what they do. I mean, the consensus was Dante Leon should be able to pull this off. He has a game competitor here tonight, but it has been fascinating to watch him go through several different weight classes and be incredibly impressive. A nice attempt to slide over, get a knee down. Nothing doing here just yet. All right, at this point, you're going to see maybe some disruption of balance. It's going to be very difficult to see who is going to pull ahead if we don't see if anything that kind of goes here. It says, Pato is the best pure guard player Dante has ever faced. That is an interesting claim. But, I mean, the nice part about it is Pato's guard is very, very well established and known. It is very interesting to see how thus far in the respect that Dante is playing with it, though. He's not passing aggressively just yet. He's kind of waiting him out, maybe seeing if he can tire him out ever so slightly before maybe turning it on. But there is definitely some respect by Dante in this particular region. Dante now back up, standing two legs on high, maybe looking to adjust where his grips are going here. Now, this is a better play. A little steam lock here. Ooh, Pato might have kicked him in the face. Hard to say here. Pato maybe in on a little bit of a better entry. There could be a knee bar here from Pato. I think Dante is just enough out. And he uses this arm to get back up to a standing position. That was a very, very good exchange by both of them. So if you're looking at that, that's probably been the most aggressive attack thus far in. If you're Dante, you kind of have to make a little bit more of an impression to win these first 5 minutes, if that means something. Most of us know it does not, though. Can't say that enough. All right, Pato he had a grip on the arm and a leg over. Nothing doing there just yet. Goes to try and retreat the leg back to closer to his own body. That was the first kind of snap that I've seen from Dante to push the leg all the way back. Pulls the knee back, doesn't quite have it just yet. This was a very tense game of passing versus excellent guard that we have seen thus far in. And Pato, in his own way, has already kind of established that maybe he's been the more active grappler thus far in. And that might be by design. I think Dante doesn't want to just go into this carelessly. I think he wants to be very cautious with how he enters. An inversion, you would think, oh, damn, Pato with a closed guard that had both arms trapped here for a split second. And now this is a time where Dante could turn it on because there was a split second where the guard was kind of unguarded. Now Dante gripping viciously around a leg, doesn't quite get the pass. Pato goes straight back to what looked like at a very beginning as maybe just an open guard here. Dante maybe catching his breath. And I think as we get this first indication as to who the judges think has been winning, you would be hard pressed to think it doesn't go blue corner on these lights here. And of course, they have missed their lighting cue. So, no? Okay. Well, let's see what color makes his way on over. I mean, you guys have the time. They just stopped the action, so just do the color now. God damn it. I think sometimes they forget to do these things. It's okay. Or maybe they're just leaning into the fact that they're like, this doesn't matter. We can, oh, look, there's the blue color now. Do you think there was one holdup that's like, wait, I haven't turned in my ballot. We had 4 guard attempts. There was a snap down. 2 plus carry the 1. Blue. Might have been what happened there. All right, very continuous action from the very first match to now. And you are starting to see some excellent guard work as advertised earlier. Pato, not for a second, giving up anything. And Dante trying to switch his knees here. And now Pato's going to use that to stand up and now start to attack. There may be a pass here. He's close. One knee is still trapped in between the half guard of Dante Leon. But that was a very, very smart sneak there by Diego. Wow, well done. Diego has he had a grip underneath the head, but instead is going to continue to just try to pass. There is a leg attempt here from him. He does have it. The bend's not great. I would be very cautious if I were Dante Leon, and guess what? He is back up and it is a reversal of positions here. Now, it's interesting because Dante reverses the position, but Diego was initiating the submissions. So, again, if we are going to carry that same method, advantage so far in the first 2 minutes of the second period seem to be going more towards Diego again. Very intriguing match here. And, you know, the nice part about this one going 15 minutes, there is a lot happening in terms of trying to impose your game on the other person, except one problem. The other person is incredibly good at what they do too. Like, you don't often see this by Dante. Like, you were more used to his explosiveness, his ability to create more movement. But when you get a dance partner like Diego Pato, you kind of look at it and you say, no, he's going to slow you down, man. He's going to make you fight at a pace that maybe you don't want to fight at, because guess what? It just exposes you every single time if you're just too concentrated on that. So very, very interesting back and forth chess match here between these two. All right, Pato continuing to look back and forth. And on this particular juncture, you're going to see Diego allow Dante just a little bit of an entry inside. Now looks to elevate, has the reap, has a heel hook here. I think he does get the heel hook on Dante Leon. Wow, wonderfully done by Diego Pato. What a performance. What an excellent finish by him here tonight. And his training partner, Tainan Dalpra, just mouth agape, super stoked. The children of the children of AOJ coming over to celebrate with him, and the audience standing on their feet. That is a huge, huge win over one of the most impressive grapplers that is out on the community right now. Watch this elevation, watch this outside and the reap happening and the heel hook in transition. Wow. And you know what? My apologies. Not even the reap per se. I want to go back and see the angle. I think he just goes the outside. Show me one more time if you could, FloGrappling. This is definitely the moment of the night. And you are seeing a new champion holding his belt, which, by the way, I feel like you shouldn't hold the belt until after. Like, they should put it on you. Wild. What a moment. Wow, did not see that coming. I could have seen this match going to the time limit draw, but instead we saw an actual finish that happened against one of the top tier people in our sport. What a moment. So Diego Pato had one of his belts, brought it over, and now you are seeing, I believe this is Andre Galvão, putting the second belt on him. So you have a 2-division champ, and him and Dante Leon are exchanging words. Andre Galvão giving him some props, and now we're going to hear from the double champ. What's up, Angel? Wow, what an impressive performance. I'm just still astounded. And I think the new Who's Number One belt is better than the other one, I think. Because I didn't, like, the FloGrappling thing just looks like a 7-Eleven belt that never got completed. It feels heavy. Angel, not much. Just watching a grappling event called Who's Number One that is airing on FloGrappling. And man, I saw one of the best heel hooks I've seen in some time against one of the top competitors in all of jiu-jitsu. It was super sweet. I wish we could show it to you guys, but we will definitely reshare it once it goes up on Flow, because you get the feeling. We saw it 3 times in a row here. You'll likely see it very, very soon. So I think that you're asking, did you plan for that to happen? He just said, you know what? I wasn't going to stop until I got a submission. So he just said, I was ready to fight like that, like I did today. And I was in the right spot. So I got the submission. I was in the right position. I'm happy. Oh, wow. What an audience. These kids, these kids look like they're as happy as going to like a Chuck E. Cheese or like a amusement park. Like, that's how hyped they are for jiu-jitsu, and that's kind of wonderful to see. What's up, Braden Scott? What's up, Cameron Diaz? Good to see you. Oh, good. Oh, that's okay. See, this one's a little bit better. I like this one better than the Dalpin, because you know what happens? Dalpin brought the kids up and was like, "Shut up! Don't like everybody be on your best behavior." This one's like kids celebrating and running over and yelling out his name. Giving a lot of credit to those who have helped open the doors for him. He feels very, very special. He just says, when you get all these people cheering for you, it feels like a special moment. He just gives a nice shout out to AOJ, and there you have. God, what a corner. Dalpra, Abate, Mendez. Like, what a moment. Okay. Shout outs to Brazil, at which point I don't understand what he's saying. So I think that is about where he's about to close on out, which means we only have, I think now at this point, just 2 more matches to go. So it looks like we are now down to Mica and Kenta and Nicky Rod and Victor Hugo. So those are going to be some hype matches. Look at those kids. Okay, that's super adorable. We're at the super adorable phase. And I like, it is very funny that whenever they take the camera off of them, for whatever reason, we are not equipped to switch the focus of the lens. Like, whenever they switch, they're like, let's show the crowd, and then they don't switch the lens to focus in on them. Just Small gripe here, everybody. All right, some last minute game plans here by Mica, who going up against Kenta Iwamoto. And Kenta is a beast. Definitely somebody who has been making such a huge name for himself. You know who actually had a very good analysis breakdown for all of this? One Keith Krikorian, who put out a preview on his Patreon page. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. But Keith basically broke out all of the need to know basis, if you would, and gave you a preview of all these matches. And what was really unique for Keith was saying, like, hey, I've competed against Kenta. I can give you this insight. And I was very, very appreciative for that, because as I start to prepare for these types of shows, I like to do the research that I can do. But there aren't a lot of people who do those previews. And if they do, actually not that good. But like Keith's is very good. So I highly recommend it. Keith Krikorian, he's also on Patreon. You can go find him at patreon.com/Keith Krikorian. Excellent, excellent breakdown and analysis by our good friend. So very, very excited to share that information with you guys. And very happy that you guys are joining us here today. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple little adjustments and announcements as we are going on. But I want to make sure that you guys are enjoying yourself. So do me a solid as we are continuing to do this live broadcast. If you guys like anything, you enjoy any of the things that we do here on the show, we would love it if you go give us a like and a subscribe to all of our media channels. That ranges from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, I'm not calling it X, Threads, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Discord, TikTok, HiPage, Patreon. It's all at Grappling Hour. Every one of those things is at Grappling Hour. So if you guys would love to give us some support, it would mean the world to us. And especially if you go on over to hi.page/Grappling Hour. And here's why. I'm sorry, patreon.com/Grappling Hour. We just started getting on Patreon, and we've had some good responses from our friends, and we've definitely been looking to do more segments. And the more feedback we can get, the better that we are going to be able to make that work for you guys. So it is within our hopes in the next few weeks that we will be able to get you guys more and more into the types of stuff that we create here on this show. So what do you get if you come on to the Grappling Hour early access community? Well, you get to see our interviews 30 days before anybody else, and you also get special voting privileges. If you want to become a premium member, you could see extra bonus content that's not available anywhere else, and you can see trademark segments like Roast Ref, a segment where people roast my competition footage. You can also catch extra bonus episodes for episodes with athletes where we ask them about who they competed against that they respected the most, steroids, and recently we just did a couple on pet peeves within jiu-jitsu. So we're going to continue doing those, and you can pitch some of those if you so feel it. So those are some avenues and some things that we're looking at in the near future. Additionally, we'd love it if you guys give us some support there. And we're going to do a new segment that we are calling What I Miss. So we're recording that tonight, and we're going to basically put that on for Patreons in the future who support our show, who may be on a Friday night. Not saying I had nothing to do, but like had other things to do. It happens. So whenever we do a fight companion, we're going to do a little segment where we take the event and we summarize it in as short as possible, maybe even in a minute's time. So that is kind of what we're looking at right now, which is a couple quick reminders. Means that we also have to do some toasts. We do toasts to all of those that get finishes within regulation. So I want to make sure that we are giving some love to some of the folks. And I don't know why we haven't started on this match. This is incredibly wild that we are taking this long. Oh my God. For the love of God. Do the event. I can't tell if this is a stage manager issue, a production issue, whatever the issue is. It is always aggravating when we could be done so much earlier. Like, I want to be done in the next 40 minutes. Let's go. 2 more matches. Kenta, Mica, give me a submission. And as Keith Krikorian was pointing out in his analysis, he did say that this match was very intriguing for a number of reasons, in that he thought that this match was actually better than Mica versus Cody Steele, which I don't think he's wrong. I think that's a technically correct assumption to make. But I think the reason he says it is that the X factor with Cody is just fireworks. You know, you're going to get some really, really fun highlights. But this is going to be a very close matchup in terms of, well, you've got a game competitor from Mica Galvão in one Kenta that is used to training with people who go batshit crazy. Like, if you see any of the stuff that happens at B Team, they do not hold anything back. What's up, the real coach Sandbag? Good to see you. What an interesting name. I can't tell if it means that you yourself sandbag or that you sandbag others, which, by the way, is such a, oh my God, Mica is essentially in the middle of a romantic comedy right now before he gets on out. The love he is professing to his girl over on the side. But yes, I just can't tell if it's one of those things where, yeah, are you the sandbagger or do you sandbag your students? Either case, don't really care. It's fine. But Mica Galvão, very much younger, 20 to Kenta's 127, which, by the way, could not put an age on Kenta. So I'm glad that they were able to put that up for us, because otherwise I would have zero clue. I do not know how to age these kids. So that is what's happening right now. Who's number 122? Your co-main event. Here we go. And Christian 834512 says, can you stream it? No. Here's why. The people who make this actually know me, so I'm not risking it. But what I am doing is I'm giving you the play-by-play just in the event that you are not able to watch it. So I appreciate you for asking, but no, I am not. I am not risking my channel for a random Twitch user, though God bless. But anyway, we start off right now. This is Kenta. For a split second, thought that he might get swept here, but then maintains excellent balance. Mica looked for an inside trip, didn't quite get it. Now we're going to the jib above, which didn't really need to happen there, but fighting for grips, looks to kind of trip off that back leg, doesn't get it. Kenta now starting to be aggressive, has kind of a modified Russian, gets an underhook instead. That's going to be a powerful start for him, but Mica, I think, has maybe a solution for it. We shall see here in just a moment. And yeah, didn't expect him to have that. But damn, when I said he might have something for it, that was a blind guess. That was a hope, a wish fulfillment. And instead, you saw Mica Galvão give you something to highlight real quick, but not a finish. I mean, even when it looked low percentage, it looked cool as fuck. So cheers to this kid. All right. We are in the process of seeing this play out. My name is Rafa Esparza. I host a show called The Grappling Hour. You are watching along with me right now as we see that there is 13 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this match. So we have started off hot on this one. And for a split second, when he saw a sweep, didn't quite get it. There is a shoulder crunch, and now there is a triangle. I think Mica, if he plays his cards very right, I think he's going to be able to get it. He has an underhook on the leg. This might be a matter of time, especially if he can just adjust here ever so slightly. He is bellying down, and now, Kenta is going to get out. This is a very interesting match back and forth between these two young gentlemen. Oh my goodness. And Kenta manages to get out of an impressive attack array from Mica Galvão. They are going to reset them back to the center of the mat. That was a lot of fun. Well done here. Woo! That looked like it could have been over. That could have been night, good night. So what we're seeing thus far in is Mica is surprising Kenta with a few of these attacks. And by surprising, I mean maybe just kind of getting the start of it, or at least initiating something that should be a real submission. And Kenta, calm, cool, composed, finds his way out of it continuously. So yeah, credit to the B team freaks. Good Lord, these guys, when they train, it is for good reason that they're going so insane. Like, it prepares you for somebody with this savage movement. And it does look like Kenta was able to get a takedown, may have his head compromised. This is going to allow Mica some opportunity here to go into that mount position. He does get a half guard, and now this is going to allow Mica, and I mean, Mica is going to have to give up on that guillotine, as Kenta just kind of signaled, no, I'm good. He has an underhook here. So just as Keith was saying, yes, even on paper, this has more explosive fireworks than one Cody Steele, which you would not have expected in the sense of highlightness. Of course, a lot of that is being due to Mica Galvão really trying to give us a show here. And Mica Galvão does get a clear pass, opts to try to go back maybe to the mount position now, does get it, lands it, is going to slow down in this particular juncture. He's going to start to move the elbow up. And from here, you're now starting to see Mica Galvão get in some work. Did Dalpra win? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Very solid match. Over Taza, and ended up getting the win by decision. All right, we are at the 10:47 mark left to go in this match, and it already feels like we've seen more happen. Like I'm still somewhat surprised that it is only 10-minute, or I'm sorry, only like 3.5 minutes in. Like this has been a very, very fun match to watch. All right, Kenta tried shucking Mica off of him. Mica now looking to see where he's going to kind of find his explosive entries in. All right, both these gentlemen back and forth seesaw a little bit in this particular juncture. And again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. My name is Rafa Esparza. You're watching the Grappling Hours. Fight companion of Who's Number 122. Grips fighting. The first 5 minutes have expired. There was an inside trip there that Kenta attempted. However, I think you're going to see a red light go off, and you do. So that is a red light marking the judge's preference for one Mica Galvão. At least in the first 5 minutes. This will happen one other time, and then they'll go to a judge's decision if they go to the entire 15 minutes, at which point most of that might be irrelevant, as we saw here earlier tonight. Although it did end up with a win for one Elder Cruz, or not Elder Cruz, I'm sorry, Dorion, who, friend of the show. They just occasionally have trained together, so that's why it's very funny. I would do a word slip of a training partner in one Elder Cruz in that. All right, single leg attempt here by Kenta. Looks at it, doesn't quite get it. And Mica might have just shoved him down, and that just, of all the things that was going to work, an offhanded shove is the one that makes one Kenta lose his balance and Mica oscillate between looking to get that head and arm grip, and now looking to go back and pass again. He has both the legs kind of tied up here. Now he's starting to push them down, and they may center them back here in just a few seconds. But I think the referee wants to make sure that this guard pass is going to happen, and if it does, what exactly it might pertain. They aren't quite at the edge, but they're close enough where sometimes they re-establish them very quickly. Mica switching back and forth on these grips, back and forth. And now, woo! Kenta thought about a heel hook for a split second. Now they're just both standing up. 8. My apologies. I think that's actually 9:10 left to go here. It is a very small monitor that I have, so my apologies if I have to zoom in a little closer here to look like an old person. I think that's 8. Okay, cool. All right. 8 minutes left to go in this match, which has already been fun thus far in. Kenta tries for a single, may have ended up almost with it, but Mica, every time he finds these arm attacks, and the creativity and the ability for him to put this into fruition, very fun to watch. Mica forges ahead and manages to get Kenta into a guard. I'm sorry. Mica has Kenta in his guard. So my apologies if that sounded confusing. Let's just recap it so that way you guys have the exact phraseology that you need for this. Mica's keeping him contained on the inside of the guard with one overhook on Kenta's right arm. He's starting to shove up the arm a little bit heavy underneath the neck as to maybe getting some separations here. But one thing, if you've learned anything about Mica Galvão, is his ability to make movements happen suddenly. He tried to push Kenta off of him while opening up his guard. Does not quite get it, now going to half guard. This is going to be really like the first major opportunity to see what kind of offense Kenta here has been able to afford in this match. We're seeing a coach's corner cam with a camera that is not quite super focused in on him, and looks like it is, yep, still trying to, hey guys, that's what preview is for. Almost looked for a pass. Kenta thought he might be there. Mica has a grip, and it is an aggressive grip. It could be an arm lock here. Kenta pops out. Now this is going to be his first opportunity to try and wheel Mica underneath. Doesn't get it. Now Mica's going to stand right back up. There is short on time, guys. We are now about to get to, I think, the 6-minute mark here pretty soon. So please be advised. Things are very, very quick here. It was just a couple seconds ago I thought that we were at 8 minutes, and yet, man, they are giving you so much jiu-jitsu in such little time, and a very entertaining match thus far in. And Mica now starting to, turn it up on him. Like, I think he's starting to use his head a little more aggressively, use these grips a little more aggressively. I think he knows, like, okay, cool, maybe Kenta could look as the aggressor in just a little bit of this. Now Mica's getting in the face with a couple different feints and manages to kind of slide Kenta out. That was something that he had major success with, but Kenta gets the takedown here. That's big. That is huge. There is just a few seconds before the judges have to render their color decisions, and you get the sense maybe this is the one where Kenta ends up getting his blue color shined on the mats here. We will find out in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is going to expire the second period. So we're waiting on the color scheme to come on down, and they are actually going to a wide shot here for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, but I think they just colored it red. Is that what the case? I mean, I think you can make the case. Sure, Mica's been very aggressive, so maybe it's the submission attempts here. Yeah, it might be the submission attempt. And this one, I think Kenta is a little more stuck in. Kenta's going to roll out of it, but yes, Mica's incredibly creative on how he's able to kind of chain these together. They're basic movements that are executed at such a precise level. Like, many of us would think to maybe Granby out of something, but not every one of us would be able to take someone else's shoulder with a grip that is almost a vice-like grip that is almost impossible to break. Now Mica's on the back. This is where he had some success with Cody Steele. So this is a very big problem for Kenta, especially in the fact that Kenta was already outscored here, at least in terms of what he was able to accomplish, and that Mica does pick up the win. He does get the submission, and man, what a great match. And a great showing here by Kenta. He was more than a game partner and escaped some of these submissions that, good Lord, I don't know that I could have gotten out of here. What's up, K. Whitaker? 999. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I mean, this Mica Galvão is a problem. I mean, when you see these highlights, you're going to see submissions that didn't happen, but they easily could have with most other competitors. Kenta's awareness, his ability to escape, and his calm under composure on almost all of those attacks on the arm, on the neck, seemed so mundane until that last chamber that he put up with getting this. And really the action here of him getting the takedown, I mean, he was proving like maybe he might be there, but you'll notice again when he goes for this kind of arm lock, trying to dispose his opponent, it now opens it up where he could take the back, sneaks the arm underneath, and as he's doing an excellent job controlling the outside arm from coming in to defend, he ends up getting the submission with almost an effortless performance. I mean, he definitely is sweating. He definitely looks like he worked, but, oh, back to the romantic comedy. Okay, good. Good to know. Good Lord. It is exhausting just looking at this, man. What the fuck, dude? What a great performance. Well done, Mica Galvão. And Andre Galvão just is coming out as a designated belt guy. So that is your 170-pound champion, Mica Galvão, getting embraced by the other Galvão. And here is Kendall, who is going to take a moment to interview him, and we'll see what he has to say. Also, why are they playing Elvis there? That is a weird moment. So Kendall mentions this is the third time he has had the belt on his shoulder. Mica puts over the organization, saying Flo treats everybody there very well. And he said he knew it was going to be a tough match with Kenta. And he appreciates him for accepting the fight on such short notice. Wasn't this supposed to be Nikki Ryan? Thank you for reminding us. So Kendall's now asking, what were you thinking once you got this new opponent? So he said he's just always working on the submission from essentially minute 15, then on to when he got the submission. That was all he was focused on. And he says, maybe the public doesn't know a ton about Kenta, but he's really, really good. He liked him before the match, but he likes him a lot more now. So Kendall's asking about the romantic angle. So he's explaining the Elvis walkout and just that, he was a big name. And so he's saying he wants to do at jiu-jitsu what Elvis did with music. Fascinating. I feel bad that the lighting on this dude in the background is so unimpressed, by the way. And he's just saying he wanted to give his love to his girl. It's very sweet. So let me see if I can grab this. I recognize I can start and stop this, so my apologies. I'm gonna put this on the broadcast because it's just this is the look that is killing me. Like, it's not Mika's girl. Like, she's fine. There's nothing wrong with her. I just hope that when I bring this on the broadcast, you guys will see why I was laughing so hard at this one particular moment. Okay. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we got that. Thanks for your advertisements here, Flo. So, okay. Mica Galvão explains the romantic comedy side of what he was doing when he walked out. He explains he wanted to play Elvis because, well, he's in love and he wanted to pay tribute to not only the fact that he's in love, but the fact that he wants to accomplish in jiu-jitsu what Elvis did in music. So that's all good and fine. Like, I think that's a completely understandable sort of explanation here. Like, it makes more sense to us. But what made me laugh in this particular juncture is the fact that behind the girlfriend that they were cutting to on the camera, you saw this dude right behind her. And the fact that he's the most unamused. Like, there's nothing better than, aw, what a great, but is that guy okay? Like, he does not look like he is enjoying whatever's happening. And it's just such a juxtaposition of, I'm just really in love right now. And I dedicate this to my girl. Not that dude. Why is that dude so sad? Like, this about love, dude. Like, get behind our love, man. Like, what the shit, man? Like, I'm in love, dude. Like, let me have a life, dude. Jiu-jitsu's not always 24. I mean, it is 24/7, but like, let me get some love, bro. What a cutaway. What a moment. And you know, the worst part, it's just that the lights are on that person. If the lights weren't completely on that person, shining them just as much as his girlfriend, it might have been a completely different moment. So, whoever that person is, I don't know if they've taken too much of an edible and it's starting to kick in now. I have no clue what's happening, but it is very funny to juxtapose those two things. So, some notes here from Curtis. It says, Underdog put up a good fight. Absolutely did. Underdog put up more than a good fight. An excellent fight. And I love Curtis, you're not wrong here. You just said, I love that Mica's in love. I think so too. I think it's more endearing. Most of the times when we interview these goons, it's always like, nah, I'm better at jiu-jitsu than that guy. Everybody knows his half guard is like, mwah, and mine's like, mwah. This was a dude being like, hey guys, I want to tell you, I'm kind of well adjusted. I'm really good at this. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm happy. So be happy for me. Yay, love. Love will win all. Except this. Nope, nope. This dude, not impressed. Yeah, I'm still not gonna get over that. The what is this? This EDI? Oh, the edible is kicking his ass. Thank you. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I was doing that one right. I thought it was an edible, bro. I thought legitimately, like, oh shit, that's what's happening here. Oh, it's time for the Kings t-shirt time. Burr, burr, burr. Like, what? Don't take 2 minutes. Just, you know what it is? They're probably making sure they get ample time for everybody to get their food, or go up to the bar and get the like last drinks and all that shit. Like, god damn it, dude. I love when we're on a roll here in jiu-jitsu and we can be done and we know we're close to being done, and yet we take the time for no reason. At the very least, you could do a pre-package or something, roll to something, not a commercial. We got too many of that. No more commercials. I'm good. So this bodes well. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do, because we need to do a toast. Since this is top of mind, let's do Mica Galvão. So this toast, this cheers goes on over to Mica Galvão, who, by the way, congratulations on being in love. We appreciate you for being honest and sincere in this. We appreciate your submission attacks. Good Lord. You chained together some stuff that I am still, frankly, terrified of. But you gave us a hell of a match, and just a continual great presence to watch on the show. So, Mica Galvão, I would love to interview you. Hopefully this gets over your way, but let's set up an interview, because goddamn, man, that was an impressive run. So cheers to you, sir. Also, before I drink this, I just want to say, maybe don't look at this dude when you see the replay, because this dude, he wasn't into your love story, bro. And the rest of us were. Like, I would watch the romantic comedy with you and your girl, like on Netflix, if it was just on. That dude, not a fan. Kind of a player hater, if I'm being honest. So, cheers you. I don't want to say boo that guy, but like, come on, dude. Come on. So, cheers. All right, your main event is coming up here very, very shortly. Nicky Rod and Victor Hugo. So that is happening. I hope that you guys are excited for this one. That should be a very entertaining and fun match. In the meantime, a couple quick reminders. You guys can find us, meaning this show, at patreon.com/grappling hour. We're now putting up content in there. You can see our interviews 30 days before anybody else. And you can also, check this out, you can also get our premium experience, where you see extra bonus content that's not available anywhere else, including Roast Raph, a segment where people roast my competition footage. You can also see a segment called our mini-sodes, where we do a special topic that you guys can vote on and pitch to us, and we ask athletes their thoughts about that. You can also catch tape studies, segments where we break down the matches with the athletes themselves. So those are some of the fun segments that we do here on the show. Plus, we do a lot more where we're going to start a new segment here tonight, actually. So you guys are going to be part of what we call history here, I guess, which is we're going to do a segment where, in case somebody didn't watch Who's Number One tonight, we do a segment now called What I Miss, so that it goes up that night or early in the next morning, depending on how drunk I am, and it will tell you guys and give you a good summary as to what happened. So it's our hope that little segments like this will be the key hallmark features that show why we here at Grappling Hour take care of you guys. Because it's a Friday night. Y'all could go out and do a ton of other stuff. But we love it if you support us when we keep you up to speed with all the stuff you just didn't see. So Nicky Rod has made his way on out right now. And very, very happy to see everybody eating tonight. Nicky Rod, it looks like he is wearing some very hard to submit, coming out in the Ninja Turtles color in the little ode to Donatello here. Nicky Rod going over to shake everybody's hand. A mark of a long-time competitor you can see in doing those things. So very, very cool. What's up, Steven Rosales? We've had a lot of friends join us in and out of the evening. My thanks to you guys for sticking it out and supporting us all night long. We are in the very last depths of it all, and I appreciate you guys for watching along with us. I hope that you have been entertained and have enjoyed what we have been doing. This is our last match, so we'll do this, and then we will recap with a little bit of our drinks and make sure that we are toasting those individuals who need to be given their toasts. And then at the end of it, y'all, we're going to go ahead and record that segment. You're going to see it happen here live. And I hope that you guys are going to be here for that. So let me go ahead and say what is this? I'm forgetting which one it's supposed to be. Match of the week. Let's say general. We're live. Ooh, nice takedown already from Nicky Rod. Victor Hugo playing off his back right now, which is not where exactly you want to be. But I guess maybe it's the optimal choice when you've got somebody with the fastness and the power of Nicky Rod. Victor Hugo, no slouch, has been in some incredible moments. All right. Nicky Rod kind of has an underhook here, but he is slightly elevated by Victor Hugo, who is probably going to try and keep him at bay. I'm also realizing now that the colors that Nicky Rod is wearing is kind of like the aliens from Toy Story. They like those guys. That's kind of what he's giving me right now. So, just so that you guys are aware of what is going through my brain whenever I'm watching grappling and commentating, this would not be something that you would hear me say if I was on the main broadcast of Who's Number One or doing commentary, but y'all get it here because, we silly and we enjoying it. So I'm just saying, you guys, start to an elevation. Does not quite get it. Nicky Rod's balance is very solid here. And now we're looking to see if Victor Hugo can maybe get an underhook or maybe come up on a... Nope, I don't think he's going to try and come up, actually. I think really the option is to go to guard or Nicky Rod might be able to push these legs just on out. Nicky Rod kind of combining the legs, chaining them together, now stands back up, takes a moment, collects himself, and tries to go again. So from here, Nicky Rod pushing down on the knee. We're going to see if he can find a sidestep and maybe enter back on the other side. All right, so Nicky Rod starting to put that slight pressure and movement over on his opponent, Victor Hugo. So we are seeing the beginnings of a very solid start here for both of these gentlemen. Victor Hugo has been able to keep Nicky Rod at bay thus far in, and yet at the same time, Nicky Rod just staying very calm, very composed, trying to attack these grips. And Victor Hugo does almost get to guard here. Looks for a De La Riva hook. But this is going to be hard. I mean, you really have to off balance somebody that is this powerful and be very calm about how you do it, because you don't want to lose your grip. Tries to keep a balance on that leg, loses the leg. That's going to be very, very big for Nicky Rod to start to pass. If you can't grip when you're trying to get that De La Riva or reverse De La Riva, it is tough business not having a hand on that leg. I definitely know people can do it. I just am not one of those people. So right now, 11:48 left to go in this match. A solid start. The referee, I think, is going to pull them back on over to center mat and let them get back to work. And Nicky Rod just pushes Victor Hugo back, who seems all too willing to kind of play off of his side. Now starting to speed things up here. Nicky has Hugo's leg compromised, but Hugo is able to get it back to a good position. Has some butterflies. Nicky has no time for it. Arm is stuck. Arm is stuck, and he's trying to use it as the ability to get that leg. And there is a Boston Crab here if Nicky Rod is not careful. I want to be very cautious about how you're getting out of here. Nicky Rod scrambles out of that position, almost has his leg back, centers himself back ever so slightly, and yet, wow, what a good off balance there by Victor Hugo. Now, I think, given the definition of who is initiating the attacks, you're going to have to play that one to Victor Hugo. Because while we've seen Nicky Rod in the position of looking like he's going to pass, we've not seen a full-on pass just yet. And staying in this position, staying stagnant and not advancing it, may not look as impressive in these first 5 minutes, which again, it's very strange because I'm talking about somebody who knows what it's like to be screwed by this rule set. I want to say it was this time last year, yeah, Nicky Rod had a match against Felipe Pena where it looked like he might have won. And there was some disagreement about that. But at the very least, you could make a very solid case that Nicky Rod was the aggressor and did work. And that Felipe Pena, while not out of it, definitely might not have been the person who was pushing as much. And now, if you figure that they've kind of screwed you once, they can potentially do it again. So this will be very interesting. We did reach the end of the first 5 minutes. So we're likely going to see a red here unless they give the advantage to Nicky Rod for pushing the action via pressure. I just don't feel like that's going to be a submission. And I think waiting for the lighting cue to kick in here. Haven't seen anything yet. No shade on the mats just yet in terms of a color. I do wonder if it's going to be any moment where they go to do the color and then there's like a submission that happens right then and there. And they're like, the person who got the color ended up losing. And they go, oh, well, shit, never mind. Nicky Rod might be on an attack, and yep, that's going to be a red. So that's going to be Victor Hugo getting the first advantage here. So that's an intriguing place because Victor Hugo looks like he might be in an element where he's facing some danger to be passed right now. What's up, Ron? So this will be very cautious for Nicky to take his time if he can get past here. Victor Hugo has a grip underneath the arm, which I'm not sure how much that's going to do if he tries to duck him out. Nicky Rod now closer to a body lock, but more akin to what he likes to do to his opponents and staying very, very firm on this pressure. Now, still pushing down that knee, maybe still seeing if he can work like the underhook and this pressure pass ever so diligently on, ooh, he's got to be very careful. Like he is slipping that leg out. So I think he knows when he's in a little bit of duress. He doesn't stay too long in the party while keeping his leg out in the distance. And Victor Hugo, this is actually a very solid strategy for Nicky Rod, who has been somebody who's been submitted via leg attacks. And disrupting that balance, not bad, by switching the knees back and forth. Very smart. And you are seeing Shanji Ribeiro coaching him from over on the sides. I wonder, I did not see, but I wonder if Lovato is here for this one. A big supporter and definitely one of the generals behind one of the one of the commanders, if you would, of the Lovato army, of which he has been a huge proponent and instructor to Victor Hugo all these years. Like the resource that you have in Rafael Lovato Jr. and Sean Giobero. Such a great thing to see. And Victor keeping a very solid guard that Nicky's having some issues getting out of. So the good news is Victor Hugo now has double overs on Nicky with a very solid grip. The question is, can he get his butterflies in? I think we all know. At this point, it just looks like a very bad play date that neither kids really want to be a part of. So we're getting close on time. It looks like it's about 6. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely starting to see the effects of it. Ooh, that is an arm bar. That is solid. Ooh, belly down may get there. Nicky Rod's going to wheel his way out. Credit to the B team who were able to get out of arm locks. Like, not just the B team, but actually the whole Rodriguez family. As you have seen J-Rod and Nicky Rod just be avid, insane gymnastics folks. Like, man, so impressive to see that. So I see it's about 6:11 left on this clock right now. Nicky Rod trying to crawl his way on up. So with that submission attack there too, even though Nicky Rod has been on top, the bigger submission moments have come from Victor Hugo. So that is going to be very, very something that the judges are definitely going to be looking out for in this particular case. So Nicky Rod may have to make it so he gets a submission in order to get a win here. And that may be difficult to do. Not impossible, but it means he's got to secure a pass. And mostly where Nicky has excelled is that ability to work off of the back. If he can get to the back of Victor Hugo, he has this. This isn't a bad front headlock. It's just off to the side. So it's normally ways that you can secure a pass if you can round about. But he does have a leg slightly trapped here. So he has to be very cautious about how he does that. But that, wait, is he? Nope, Victor Hugo sits out the opposite way. Overhook on one of the arms, tries to elevate, doesn't get it. Nicky Rod stays firm and intact and is trying ever aggressively to get past the legs, but cannot do it. And that is the second 5 minutes. And again, I think you're going to see Victor Hugo, pick up the red. He is going to get his light shined on down. We should call that the candle box. Is it candle box? Oh, collective soul. That's what it is. Collective soul. That's what we're going to call it. Having like a light shine down. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. 4:45 left to go. And he elevates. Damn, that's impressive. That is some good lifting there by Victor Hugo. Nicky Rod does get out of it very quickly, though. All right, Nicky, this has got to be a big stand for him. He's going to have to pull it out. He's going to need a pass or he's going to need a submission to equalize this out. Victor Hugo has pulled out some very impressive submission attempts, 2 specifically, that have been enough to give him the edge in this match. Now, if Nicky Rod is maybe so dominant he gets to like a mount, or he makes it so that Victor Hugo looks like he is on the verge of being submitted, maybe that evens things out. But what's really impressive is the regarding and the difficulty of passing this guard has been very fruitful from Victor Hugo here, who for a split second thought about going over to this leg. He might have an entry. He might have a heel hook here. Nicky Rod does spin out of it very quickly and tried to use it to take the back, but maybe in on a pass now. Victor Hugo pushing off of him. Nicky Rod climbing. I mean, like literally animalistic climbing at this point, trying to get this pass. He has a knee on top, almost to a knee on belly, but Victor Hugo manages to get to half guard. It's a fascinating match between these two. And there's 3:17 left to go in this match. 3:17. So we are coming up very quickly on time. And again, we had made mention to the fact that Nicky Rod does need to get a submission here, at the very least from the color schemes that we have seen the previous couple times here. So there is that. So just so that you guys are aware, I think the referee is bringing Nicky Rod over to investigate a cut. No, he's bringing one of the medics to kind of attend to Nicky Rod and just kind of blots him real quick while Nicky Rod uses his rash guard to help blot it. So everybody here is doing A-plus work. We go right back down to it. Victor Hugo still staying seated. Nicky Rod trying to pass. No success just yet. Victor Hugo continuously bringing the knee in, and Nicky Rod not really taking the bait. He did manage to kind of scramble up top, and Victor Hugo may be on the verge of getting past here. He is working overtime to try and get out of it. It doesn't quite get half guard, but has like a small knee shield that is just preventing more of the pressure of Nicky Rod from staying on top of him. So there is that. Nicky Rod is switching, maybe thought about a Darce, maybe looking for a power Kimura, but now this is a more traditional pass here. It does look like he has secured it. So now if he could slow things down with the last 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go, that's a lot to put on in terms of pressure of Victor Hugo, but that's been a lot of work. Anybody who tries to make somebody that difficult to pass their guard, it's gonna feel some kind of exhaustion. So if Nicky Rod really does want to win, you have to go from there. And look at that. Victor Hugo still trying to find an entry while looking for a leg here the entire time. The Achilles heel, if you will, of one Nicky Rod. Nicky Rod almost just trying to pull Victor Hugo into a back take. Doesn't quite get it. There is 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in this match. And every single time you are seeing Victor Hugo like just hunting for these submissions. He may have a leg here, and Nicky may also have a leg. I think this is a risky proposition. You know, for Nicky, maybe having this more solid leg attack. You don't want to get into there. You don't want to let them have that opportunity and mess with your ability to jiu-jitsu on a competitive area. There is a toehold here. Victor Hugo not seeming very stressed about it. Nicky Rod almost using it as an opportunity to attack. Does look like he gets held back ever so slightly. What's up, 10P, Marietta? And it does look like with 50 seconds left to go, and Nicky Rod slowly just trying to inch his way past this guard. The slight knee shield. I think we may be looking at a Victor Hugo celebration and victory here, which I don't know if it's a surprise. Oh, shit. Don't switch the cameras from... God damn it. When they have an attack on a leg this close to the end, and a back take now by Victor Hugo possibly. They did a zoom out on one Shanji Hibero to the action. That was not the time to do that shot. Okay. Victor Hugo in with a back take here. 10 seconds left to go. He's looking for the submission. Nicky Rod just pushing him off and manages to just get out. Being put into guard and just shovels him on into taking him into guard. Well done. What a moment. What a moment here, you guys. Well, that was an interesting match for a number of different reasons. Excellent game plan by Victor Hugo. Nicky Rod, I think if we're looking as an ADCC season, you have to address that ability to pass guard from somebody like Victor, who may be closer to a shape that is more problematic for Nicky Rod. You know, in that big boy division, sometimes you get guys who can be sloppy, but just fine, or that you can pass because maybe they're a little bit bigger and they don't have the movement that Nicky Rod has. But I'm thinking, even though it's discouraging to not pick up the win, it's more of an issue that you just got intel for what is a very interesting season for competition here for us. It's the beginning of an ADCC year, and it does give you some intel to go back to the guys at B Team and work on with. So there is that. We'll just kind of give you guys some recaps here momentarily, but we're just making some notes. All right, so as they give us the decision, and Nicky Rod is going up to do his duty, let us hear what the official decision is. And Victor Hugo does pick it up as predicted. and let us hear what Victor Hugo has to say momentarily here. In the meantime, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, hints, allegations, hit us up in the comment section as we are starting to like round third, making our way to home plate here. We're gonna let Kendall have some words with Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo says that he's very confident in his own techniques. And he said he was able to play his match against Nicky Rod's A game and still come out with the win. So Kendall's trying to ask, what do you think is next for you? All right. And Kendall is closing it out. And I think, I don't know what that was that he just gestured to. Oh, I think he's gesturing to his heart. Hard to say. So that is going to do it for the Who's Number One broadcast. I will walk you guys through a recap here momentarily, but we're going over some of these notes. And I'm just going over the last things I'm going to say for our segment that we do. So we're going to be recording very quickly a live recap. We're going to try to do it under 1 minute to see if we are able to tell the people who maybe didn't watch tonight, like what it is that they missed. Because it's a Friday night. Everybody's probably out. They're doing things. So we're going to record that before we sign off here tonight. All right, let's go ahead and double check this very quickly. And rear naked choke for Mica. And then Victor Hugo. All right. You can tell it is difficult to host and write notes because I'm essentially going to be doing this all off the top of my head. But these notes, these very short amount of notes that I have here, are going to be intended to help us kind of bring it on home. But I'm going to put this right there. Oh, no, just kidding. I lost the note. Oh, fuck. Well, that's how you know this is live TV, everybody. No. Okay. Well, let me see if I can get that. Oh God, I don't see it. All right, we're gonna do it live. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, I know how to do this now. We're gonna switch these out. So I'm gonna exit out of here. Boom. Well, this is gonna be. You guys are about to see me pressed up against the shot clock. Like there is gonna be nothing more. I wouldn't say impressive, but a better display of. Oh no, I put it back over here. This is going to be a better display of watching me under duress try to deliver a 1 minute segment. No notes, just from what we all saw here tonight, and with the subtlest of reminders. So, all right, let me see if I can do this. So, we're going to put up a shot clock here. All right, so on this clock, I am giving myself 1 minute to go through the entire card. Okay? The entire card that we just saw here tonight. And it's our hope that if you didn't watch tonight's Who's Number One, that you could watch this and this could be a comparable guide to what it is you're watching. So let me get dialed in here real quick. All right. Let us put this over this way. And this way I can see myself as well. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited to make history here on the show? Okay. All right, you guys. My name is Rafa Sparza. I host a show called The Grappling Hour, and we have a new segment called What I Miss, which means if I watched an event and you probably didn't, especially on a Friday night like tonight, I'm going to do my best to summarize the entire event in just 1 minute, okay? There were 10 matches that happened here tonight, so I'm going to do my best to walk you through just what you need to know, if nothing else, and is what I do here for the folks who support us on Patreon. Are you guys ready? Because I'm not sure I am. 1 minute is happening on the clock right now. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, earlier in the night, we had two friends. One, Kyle Chambers and Dory Arun. And both of these guys had an incredible match. So, we're going to start that over. I don't like that one. It's because I messed up Dory's name. If I have the ability to redo it, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to do it tonight. All right. Let's try that again. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Here's what we're doing right now. We're doing a segment called What I Miss, which means if you did not watch an event, I will do my best to summarize everything in 1 minute. I'm going to do it in one take. Wink. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know from tonight's Who's Number One, and we do this exclusively for our friends on Patreon, but we're giving you a preview of it here tonight. Here we go. 1 minute is going to be on the clock. Are you ready? I know I am. 3, 2, 1. All right, our friends Dory and Kyle got into a big match tonight to start off the evening. Did great. Some people, not sure if they felt that was the right decision. Here, we say friendship wins. So respect to both of those guys. They started off the night great. Then we made our way on over to Daniel Sathler, who had one of the best submissions of the evening, getting an armbar on friend of the show, Max Hanson, and it was incredible. We then made our way to Elijah Dorsey, who had an incredibly savage back take that turned into a shoulder lock, which, by the way, never do that to me, kid. Then we made our way to the Hillbilly Hammer, who got another heel hook. Not surprised here, motherfuckers. Then we went on over to Adele, who had one of the best submissions in record-breaking time. That was amazing. You saw Oliver Taza and Dalpra having a very good back and forth. Excellent match for him. I got 13 seconds left to go. Dante Leon gets a surprise submission by one Diego Pato. And with 6 seconds left, Mica Galvão, holy shit, and Victor Hugo's guard beat Nicky Rod's passing. Look at that. Look at that, motherfuckers. So what our hope to do is, maybe it's not going to be 1 minute every time, but I thought tonight, for the very first time, I'd like to see you guys watch me sweat. I'd like to give you an opportunity to watch me under duress to see if I could do it live. And I could, especially on a first take. Wink. But what I'm telling you guys is, if you like this segment, what would mean the world to us is you could reward us by going over to patreon.com/grappling hour. And we're going to be doing that more in the future for people who give us some support and some love. And while you're there, if you want to go and subscribe to our early access or premium channels, that would mean the world to us. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that segment. And I think you're going to enjoy me doing it again in the future, because I think it's going to be something that we do. I watch a lot of these things, and sometimes people hit me up. They're like, "Hey, Raph, what happened on that thing?" And I go, "Did you watch my show?" "Oh, no, you're on for a long time. I caught on for like 5 minutes." Cool. So this is my way to reach out to those of you who want to support. And if you really liked it, give us a like and a share. Boom. I'm going to beat the clock twice. Just saying. Still got it. All right. While we still have you guys on the line, those of you who are watching live with us, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for staying with us this entire evening. I cannot tell you what it means. Let me see here real quick. And it says, "No way is Nicky beating Gordon." Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's clear. Yeah, because Gordon would do exactly what Victor did tonight, which is seat to guard and just chill. I don't blame him. It proved very, very efficient for Victor Hugo here tonight. But what I'm saying, though, is I feel like the intel that you got, if you're Nicky Rod, it might not be new information, but it is just a reminder. Like, that's where you want to go before this ADCC. So a very solid performance by both of those gentlemen here tonight. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. And I'm looking to see if I have any last notes, but it's Nebus. Just a reminder, if you guys like what we do here, a few last plugs. You can check us out everywhere, and I mean everywhere, on our YouTube page. on our Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. What are the other ones? Threads. Who can forget Threads? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Discord, and of course on TikTok, all at Grappling Hour. And again, if you guys wouldn't mind, go support us at grapplinghour.com/Patreon, or I'm sorry, hold on, www.patreon.com/Grappling Hour. That's how you know I've been doing this too much. So give us some love and support over there. And if you really want to support the show, check out this merch. You can see this merch here. Well, bam. This is a Grappling Hour t-shirt. These are $25 each. We have them in different colors. You can also support us by getting one of these really dope hoodies. The Grappling Hour hoodie, super comfortable, especially at cold times. Here in California, it was raining. It sucks. But if you wore one of those, you were very, very well taken care of this week. So check that out there. There. You can go over to rapsparza.com/merch or grapplinghour.com. And that is the easiest way that you can support us here at the show. It really does mean the world to me. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.